How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Just before you throw it away, would it be possible to have a quick look at it?
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That's vintage gold, isn't it? It's really exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love it.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
what are we going to do with that?
Oh no!
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Amazing.
beautiful, valuable,
Cha-ching.
and hopefully saleable items.
That's £80 profit.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's unbelievable.
Sarah is at the Whitley Community Recycling Centre in Surrey, where the people of Whitley and the surrounding area bring a treasure trove of unloved and unwanted items destined for landfill.
It's so exciting. People are flooding in here all day long, and I'm going to turn their old into gold, their trash into cash, and make some money for nothing.
Sarah's here looking for 3 items with the potential to be turned into something desirable again. And Sarah has spotted Dion and Trevor removing something very interesting from the back of their car.
Sorry, just before you throw that away, sorry to bother you. I like your jerry can.
It's yours.
Really? No, tell me about it. So where's it from and how long have you had it and why are you chucking it away?
I've had it for 8 years and it's got a hole in the bottom.
Oh, that says it all. I know why you're chucking it away now.
I'm throwing it away to be recycled.
Do you know something? We're trying to take stuff from people and make things out of it that we think might give things a new lease of life. There's something about that that's so classic. It would be really cool to see if we can make something out of it.
What could you make out of that?
I don't know. Well, I'll have a think about it. What am I going to make out of that? It could be turned into lighting. Maybe we could get some really cool legs on it and just make it into a little occasional table, something like that.
You could do, if you want to.
Well, if I did, and I did manage to make something, could I come and show you what I've done or keep in touch to...
Of course you can.
See it? That would be fab. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Occasional table, lighting. I'm sure Trevor and Dion can't wait to see how this one turns out.
I don't hold my breath, if I'm really honest, but who knows?
I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I just love its styling. I love the fact that when it cleans up, I'm going to get left with something really shiny and cool. I've got to think of something fabulous that this can be made into.
So, with Trevor and Dion's old petrol cans safe from the dump, all we need now is someone to fuel those ideas. And Sarah knows just the person.
Headphones.
Rob Shear has years of experience bending, shaping, grinding and welding metal.
Years of libraries of mental libraries of experience, know-how, tips of the trade, so to speak.
Graduating from art school, his work is now regularly in demand by architects and artists. Rob has no idea what Sarah's going to bring along today, but he definitely knows what he'd like.
An old-fashioned copper hot water boiler, like a really big one, about 5 foot by 500. You know, nice and substantial, like a torpedo, a copper torpedo. That's what I want.
Hopefully Rob will be able to redirect that passion for plumbing towards Sarah's punctured petrol can. At the dump, Sarah's picturing her next opportunity.
What do you reckon? How am I looking? Is it?
I think the point is, Sarah, you don't appear to be looking, and the search is still on for 2 more items.
I've just seen a table in the back of this guy's car and I'm hoping he might be dropping it off and he might be able to share it with me. Hi there. I'm really sorry to be loitering outside the
That's
back of
okay.
your car. I was just looking at your table and wondering if that's something you're dropping off today as well, or...
I am, yeah. My family's got increasingly bigger.
Right.
It's too small. So we've had it for 20 odd years. But sadly, it's not got nowhere for it to go anymore. And with 6 of us in the family, it's just too small.
It's got a lovely scrub top to it,
I
though,
know.
hasn't it? It's
Yeah,
got
I know.
loads of appeal to it.
Yeah.
Is it something I could take away and try and remake something?
I'd be delighted, because I'd hate for it to go to waste.
This table really is on its last legs, but the top is fantastic. This is really cool. They're really solid boards, and they've got that patina of age to them that you just can't recreate.
That's a second item found that's now destined for a new beginning. Sarah won't be tackling this tatty table alone. She has someone in mind who specialises in working wonders with other people's waste. Rupert Blanchard is a sought-after furniture designer based in Margate.
I love making things that appear really clean and simple, but the cleaner and simpler they get, the more complicated they are to make. Basically, other people's waste, I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. Anything that you might find in a skip, basically, I'm happy to work with it.
He may well love working with rubbish, but Rupert's yet to clap eyes on Sarah's latest find. Of course, it's important to remember that not all that glitters is gold.
Don't you love the dump?
Probably not as much as you, Sarah. With one item left to find, Sarah spotted Janet and her sister Julie, who are helping their mother move by clearing out items which won't make it to her new home.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm loving the look of the stuff in the back of your truck. I'm looking for stuff that maybe we can give another life to or reuse in some way. It would be great to get this out and have a look and then maybe see what other stuff you have.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I love a carpet sweeper, look at that. Isn't that great?
Sarah's already saved some of Janet's stuff before, but she's straight back in there for round 2. And for once, she's spoilt for choice.
Don't know what to pick first. I'm quite interested in the chair because I know things like this recovered or perhaps really good to go into bedrooms and you know, they're usable pieces of furniture because they're quite small.
It was given to my mum by a friend of hers, so she wanted something in her hall. And the cat, as you can see, sat on it most of the time.
I'd love to have a go at giving this a new lease of life. That would be fab.
It'd be nice to see it revamped.
It's not in great shape at the moment. It's covered in cat hair. It's got lovely brown velour on it. So at the moment, it's not looking lovely. But it's a really easy makeover, this. It's got a wooden frame. It means you can staple stuff to it and cover it, and it will look fantastic.
The chair's going to look lovely, actually. I think if that's covered in a nice tapestry sort of material, vintage material, that would look really lovely. But, you know, wait and see what she does. It'd be interesting.
So, Rob's taking care of the petrol can with a hole in it, Rupert's dealing with the old table, and Sarah's fixing up an old velour chair which the cat is missing already.
I love the things that I've found, but I hope I haven't bitten off more than I can chew and I can actually make some money out of them.
Walthamstow is not only a suburb of East London, but also the name of the first album of East 17, one of the 90s most popular boy bands. It's also where Sarah has brought her old petrol can, looking for a spark of inspiration to ignite the imagination of Rob Sher, who I'm pretty sure has never been in a boy band.
I think Sarah's coming along today. I hear she's got a few bits and bobs for me. Got no idea what they're going to be. A real mixed bag of stuff she brings. A real surprise. Sometimes good, sometimes absolute trash. And I've really got to try and make a pearl out of her swine's ear, as they say.
I think it's a silk purse, actually, Rob, and you'd be very lucky to make one of those out of that old petrol can.
I've got a little something for you.
Yeah, I thought you might. What have you got for me today?
Well, do you know, I saw this and I thought of you, and then I thought, I'm not quite sure what I can do with it. So, First of all, I thought maybe it's a table, you know, like a sofa table or something like that. And the only other thing I thought about was it's kind of the right size for carry-on luggage, like a wheelie bag.
Wheelie bag, petrol can on an aeroplane. Good idea, Sarah.
That's not going to happen, is it?
No, it's not going to happen, no.
Go on then. What would you do with it?
What we could do, maybe I could cut this out, give maybe a little bit of a graphic feel, a little graphic flame looking all the way through, seal it off, and then maybe put some kind of light feature inside.
So not candle, but plug-in light, like...
A plug-in light, yeah.
That's really cool. So something, what, for somebody's, like a man office or the garage, you know, like...
Man office.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I know,
a den.
yeah.
I think that's really good, and lighting is a great option.
It's going to appeal to the boy and the man. Man in the boy, boy in the man.
Clearly designed to appeal to a cross-section of the male population, this old rusty punctured petrol can is about to become a unique designer lamp, perfect for gracing any man office.
So what are we talking about money-wise to get that done like that?
Well, I've got to take the surface off, I've got to cut it open, I've got to make the tube which goes inside, finish it, rivet it on. I mean, it's about 250 to 300.
So we're looking at quite a high-end item here in the end, aren't we? This has got to sell for a load of money. It doesn't look great now, but I have every confidence that the next time I see it, it's going to look really fantastic. So I give you the challenge.
Always a challenge from you, Sarah. Don't worry, it's going to look lovely by the time we come back.
Rob is a genius. That light is going to look amazing. I can see it going into all sorts of different places, so I couldn't be more pleased. Brilliant.
Sarah's going to have to spend up to £300 for Rob's expertise. But with premium price tags for lighting, Sarah is still hoping to make a profit from the old petrol can. Margate is a traditional British seaside town which has recently been rejuvenated by a cultural renaissance, a part of which has been the burgeoning revival of all things retro. It's where Rupert Blanchard has his workshop.
Today I'm hoping that Sarah's going to turn up with something really rotten, really far gone, something that most people would only assign to landfill, and hopefully I can pull something out of it.
Sarah knows that if anyone can save Andrew's table, it's Rupert.
There's a really sweet story behind this table. The guy was dropping it off. He's got 4 kids, and you can see where there glitters all over it and everything, and they've just grown out of it. So they've got a new, bigger table, and this one, surplus requirements. But I was wondering if there's anything we can do to make it into something like smaller or cubey, or just not a table.
Oh, this is a hard one because it's such a nice table, but it's obviously outgrown its use and it is actually rickety. If we're working with the material as it is, it is a lovely worn kitchen table, so why not have it as a worn kitchen table? Maybe just becoming a bigger table.
You're talking about putting slabs of new product in here to make it into something really substantial.
You can have a split, perhaps it does pull apart, if another element comes in, something that just really brings it up to date and celebrates what it is.
It looks like Rupert is convincing Sarah to see the inner table in this dinner table.
I love that idea, and I love the fact that it was redundant because it was too small, and now we're making it into something really impressive and bringing everybody together around the table again. That will be brilliant.
However big the table becomes, Sarah will be hoping the cost stays small.
So if we're looking at some kind of insert in stone or something like that, are we looking at 400 to 500 quid, depending on the material a little bit more?
It's about 2-3 days work, depending on what we're casting or, as I say, the material. So, yeah, I think you're about right.
Brilliant. OK, that's a great place to leave this and then go forward. Hopefully come back and find something much more substantial. I love the fact that Rupert has recognised that that table has been at the centre of so many good times. And I know with his radical redesign, it's going to be surrounded by a lot more fun in the future.
With this transformation costing as much as £400, Sarah's going to have to sell the table at a premium before she sees any profit. back at Reclamation HQ deep in the Sussex countryside. Sarah is about to give that tired old brown velour chair a whole new lease of life in the hope of turning that dowdy cat seat into lots of dough. To keep costs low and profits high, Sarah has an idea which will turn her collection of old free rags into riches. Sarah's idea is to create a new patchwork material as a luxurious replacement for that old brown velour.
I'm going to cut all the offcuts and all the random bits into the same size square. I'm going to sew them in strips first and then sew the strips together to make a whole panel of fabric. So I'm going to put the fabrics with their good sides facing each other and then sew along. And then I'll do the same again and again until I get a long strip of fabric, but just using all the scraps, and that makes it cheaper. That's really pretty. And that on the back of the chair, that'll make money. I've given the chair a good old clean up because I'm going to cover it completely as it is. I've got some fire retardant calico here, which will bring it up to the right regulation, so I know that it's safe to use. I've just given the chair one quick layer in this fabric, and I think it looks much better already. Now I'm going to lay on our new panels of patchwork fabric. I want this to go all over the seat and the back. And then here, right around on this side, I'm probably going to use a piece of plain fabric. I think that's loads.
The tip of the trade is to begin at the front edge of the chair with the fabric turned back on itself. That way you can achieve a nice neat finish with the staples hidden below the fabric.
Okay, so that's a really good neat start there. Quite lucky there, I've got a line going all the way along the back. That makes it look like I almost planned it. Very well, it's fine.
With the new patchwork cover securely stapled, that old brown velour chair is already totally unrecognisable.
Looks better already, doesn't it?
In Margate, Sarah's tatty old table find is revealing to Rupert the reason why it ended up in the tip.
Okay, so this one, beautiful table, Sarah dropped off to me. Although I say beautiful table, it's had its day, it's sadly knackered. I'm just trying to work out how it's made, so I'm just going to try to separate it all.
It shouldn't be too taxing, given that it's already ridden with woodworm and barely hanging together as it is.
I can already see that this table's had a strong history. There's marks and glitter and PVA glue from the previous children playing around the table. And sadly, the family that this came from, they just outgrew it. You're often with old wood like this, when you start playing with it, you reawaken old smells, or all sorts of things. Every meal and every glass of wine that's been spilt on it. A nice old kitchen pine table always makes me hungry. Could go for a nice sandwich around this table right now. That's the last piece of the top.
Walthamstow was lucky enough to have a new fire station built only 3 years ago, but hopefully we won't be needing their services today.
This kind of goes into the risk assessment. Put that there. Headphones.
Of course, we all know there's a perfectly valid reason why we avoid all forms of ignition when dealing with petrol.
Okay, so more importantly than any of this is to get the proportions right. So what I've got to do now is cut this right. I'm only going to get one chance. So tape measure. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It falls right across this line here. That's good. That's good. It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Now, at the moment, you may be thinking of a flame silhouette light for a man office. But Rob has had a spark of inspiration, potentially a dangerous thing when dealing with a petrol can. Having noticed a striking resemblance to the shape of a Zippo lighter, Rob is now going to cut the top from the can and have a light in the lid. Not sure what Sarah's going to think of this radical rethink.
Okay, here we go. Not looking good. You know what?
You're going back to the original plan?
I was going to put a little bit more water in it.
No, thought not. If Rob doesn't combust in the making of this new Zippo lamp, Sarah's going to be in for a big surprise when she sees the new design. It's difficult to watch.
Oh, the design's coming out of me. I mean, maybe we could actually...
Whoa! I'm sensing another change of plan.
I don't dare say this because it... But maybe. Okay, so we've got this. Instead of putting the light there, if we could get the light there, maybe a nice light there, like almost like kind of a nice flat LED type light, yeah? And then we have a little wooden bar there, so we have like a little, almost like a hip flask and maybe 2 glasses set in wood. Oh! Gotta think, Rob, gotta think, okay.
Back in West Sussex, oblivious to all Rob's design detours, Sarah's pressing ahead with the transformation of Janet's old brown chair.
It's not perfect, and not all the lines are completely even, but that's the beauty of patchwork. It won't be for everybody's taste, because some people like things really neat, but for me, I think that's pretty, and once I get the back panel on, I think we're nearly there. I've got a leftover piece of blanket ticking here. Front's a bit ugly, but I really like the worn bit on the back, so I'm going to use that as the panel to go over the back of the chair. Because I want to get a really neat finish all along the sides, I'm actually going to hand sew it in place, tucking it under as I go, like that, so I don't have to buy any expensive braid or anything to finish it off. And I think some little hand stitches, happy for them to be visible so it looks handmade. Just catching the chair and the fabric. And that means the whole of the chair is going to feel really tight and the fabric underneath won't be moving around. Should have painted the legs first, but at least now I can see what colour's going to look best.
That's a relief. We thought you'd just forgotten.
I think I will have to paint them.
From a chair to a table, in Margate, Rupert is thinking on his feet as his design develops.
I talked to Sarah about just cutting the table in half, pulling it apart and inserting a new material. I'd rather do it more randomly, almost as if the table had been blown up and glued back together, introducing some new materials, but they're reclaimed materials. Every time I walk past a building site or a skip on the street, I always have a look at what they've got. These came off of around the hoarding, around a development site, and I think this sort of colour might be perfect for the table. So I'm going to just take a few of these and start playing with it. I've kind of worked out what I'm going to do with this project, and it's just a case of doing it now. Assembling the many pieces of this jigsaw back together. I've got to work for quite a while to get it all nice and level, all sanded, all lovely. But I might put a thick sealant on it, maybe several coats of varnish, to get it to a really clean, glossy surface. Try to give it a little bit of an edge. Something a little bit different table.
With Carlos the cat overseeing things, this table has grown from a table too small for a growing family to a tabletop large enough to seat a party. By adding extra materials sourced without costs, which add a splash of colour, Rupert is definitely thinking big.
So, that's pretty tight there. So actually this is, having done all this, I think I'm gonna have to take this bit out, yeah? This bit's gonna come out and then we're gonna have the light bulb running in there. That's gonna sit up like so. And I've got to find some kind of catch to hold this, almost a bit sharp, hold this down when it's been moved. So there's going to be a hinge on this side. Haven't quite found the hinge yet, the hinge, or maybe I'll just make one. And then when we lift it up, like so, got to find some way of actually keeping it up there. Okay, so a few little bits and pieces are going to take the time.
It's unusual for Rob to have such freedom of design on a project. More often than not, when working for architects and artists, specific plans are provided detailing exact dimensions and specifications. So, with all this creative freedom, anything could happen.
Not quite even, so I'm going to have to start again on this.
As part of the ever-evolving plan for the old petrol can, Rob has placed an order for a hip flask, which will sit in a copper-lined recess, sunk into the wooden insert at the bottom half of the can. At the same time, in the lid, Rob has installed a light bulb of epic proportions.
What I'll do is quickly fix this in so that's fixed in. Like I say, I want to replace it with some... I might even just use roofing nails, like zinc roofing nails, which might look okay as well. I just want that kind of whack. And now it's kind of like changed a little bit.
Did you mention change? If this continues, there won't be much change from that old petrol can. With an ever-evolving design and limited resources in the shape of the original old petrol can, it's important for Rob to keep in mind that whatever we end up with still has to have a potential for profit. Back at home in the barn, Sarah is nearing the completion of the revamp of the brown velour chair.
So the only thing I'm thinking about now is these legs are looking really odd because they're still brown. I do have a few pots of paint that maybe I could try out to see what looks best. I think the blue is too harsh, and the green is a bit dull, so that one I think. I hate painting. I'm going to give it a quick and dirty coat for the first one and then a nice neat one afterwards.
Of course, if you'd remembered to paint the legs before covering the cushions, it wouldn't be a dirty job at all.
It wouldn't have been worth a £5 before. I'm going to ask over 100 quid for it now.
Over £100 for what was a tired old velour chair. But now, after plenty of patchwork, patience and painting, it's transformed into a modern piece of furniture that's sure to turn a profit. With Sarah spending just £15 on a fireproof calico material and sample pots of paint, this patchwork seat has the potential to provide plenty of profit. Back at the dump, Sarah picked up from Janet her old brown velour chair, which had definitely seen better days.
I'm quite interested in the chair. It was given to my mum by a friend of hers, and the cat, as you can see, sat on it most of the time.
Sarah took the chair home and provided it with patchwork and paint.
I'm going to give it a quick and dirty coat for the first one and then a nice neat one afterwards.
With the transformation complete, the old brown velour cat seat had become a stylish piece of modern furniture. The revamped patchwork chair was perfect to be offered for sale in Sarah's very own barn sale of recycled items. With a suggested price of £125, bids were invited, written on folded pieces of paper, with the chair being sold to the highest bidder.
Fingers crossed they might buy it.
Sarah is back in Whitley to show Janet how her old brown velour chair has been transformed into patchwork profit, and to hand over the cash.
Somebody friendly there. Hi there, hello again.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I've got a couple of pictures to show you because after we took away your brown velour chair,
Yes.
you're laughing. We did some work on it, so I thought I'd show you what we did to it.
Yeah.
We made it
wow.
vintage style.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
So I made a patchwork fabric using lots of offcuts and things that I'd had from other projects.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. So
Oh, it looks really pretty, doesn't it? Isn't
yeah,
it
I think it was a good makeover. Do you think your mum would approve of it?
Yeah, I think she will, actually. She likes flowery things, so I think she would see that as a big improvement.
Excellent. So in the end, somebody actually paid £100 for it.
Good grief!
So that means I've got £85 to give to you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Oh, my
It's
pleasure.
unbelievable. Wow. Good grief, who'd have thought?
So, Sarah spent just £15 on this transformation and was able to achieve a sale price of £100, which leaves £85 profit to hand over to Janet. So, what does she have in mind for the money?
Behind Cork Castle, there's a cattery, and she always used to love to go there. And so what I was thinking is we could take the money there and we can give it to the cattery. And so, you know, I can say, you know, that's what we've done with the chair.
Is that going to be a problem? Does she know you've got rid of the chair?
Yeah, no.
Really? Oh, no.
It might get me off the hook a bit. So.
She's going to know now. I tell you, you're going to be in lots of trouble. Well, maybe, yes, maybe buy her an ice cream to sweeten her up first. Use the £5 for the ice cream and give the £80 of cat. It was really lovely to see you again.
You too. Thank you very much.
My absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See that cat over there? That's the cat that sat on the chair. All that cat hair? Is that one over there?
I think if we give the money to the cat's home by Mum and Cream Tea, that means that everybody's happy. Then the cats are happy, Mum's happy. So yeah, a good result.
With the patchwork chair producing a profit, Sarah now has high hopes for the punctured petrol can belonging to Trevor and Dion. She's back in Walthamstow, where Rob has finished fiddling with the old fuel can, which, after a number of different design directions, has come full circle and is back to being a table lamp for a man cave.
The original idea was to cut a hole all the way through it and put a light in it. After she'd gone, I had a little bit more to think about it. I quite like the shape of it, a Zippo lighter. So that's when I decided to split it. And I was originally going to have a hinge on it and have the clip. And I just preferred the idea of having a much more stationary kind of fitting, much more stationary fixing. More of a table lamp you'd have on like a little low table.
Well, I'm not quite sure what I'm here to pick up from Rob. I know that it's changed a little bit from our high-end lighting, and it's got something to do with a hip flask, which sounds very interesting.
You might want to take a big gulp from that, Sarah.
I don't know what she's going to say, actually. I hope she likes it. I really hope she likes it.
When Sarah saved this old petrol can from the dump, it was on its final journey. But now it's been refitted and repurposed with the intention of reselling for a profit.
Hello, Noel.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you? Dark in here today.
Yeah, we didn't have any money for the meter, but...
Oh no, is that my budget blown? What is that? That's really cool. Oh my word. What have you, so talk me through, what have you done to it?
Let's have a look.
Ah! Is that where you wanted the... And so turn the lights on. Let me have a proper look at the finish, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course.
It's really cool, isn't it? So was it a tricky process? It looks like it might have been through a few stages of development.
It went through a constant stage of development. It was, it was designed on the fly, really. So.
Rob was left with a budget of up to £300, but including the price of the hip flask, the final cost has risen to £330.
I have just some reservations about the finish for that kind of money, just to tidy it up. I mean, if I know that
I think there's a few little things you could do. And one of them was actually putting a car trim. You know, like the trims you get on the windscreen.
Yeah.
I quite like that with a reference to the car.
Okay, so
Just like a rubber trim around the edge.
I think that we'll definitely just have to make sure that that is tidied up, if that's all right. I think that. Give me a shout, and I'll get it picked up when that's finished up. But for taking on the challenge. Well done, Rob.
I love Rob's imagination. That looks really quirky and it's an interesting piece, but I do have my reservations about the finish. And I hope he doesn't mind me asking him just to push it a little further, because with something like that, the devil's in the detail.
I think Sarah liked it. I think she was pleasantly pleased. Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly pleased. Pleasantly surprised.
Rob finished his petrol can creation for £330, so all that remains now is for Rob to smooth out those rough edges and for Sarah to find it a new home. Back at the tip, Sarah spotted the potential of Dion and Trevor's petrol can.
I like your jerry can.
It's yours. I've had it for 8 years and it's got a hole in the bottom.
Sarah's potential ideas were met with a certain cynicism.
I don't hold my breath, if I'm really honest.
With the help of Rob, that old punctured petrol can has now, after a few changes of plan, become a Zippo-style table lamp. Sarah's returned to Whitley to show Dion and Trevor what has become of their old petrol can.
Hi there. Hello, Tara, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Hello. How are you?
All right, thank you.
Nice to see you again. I've got a few bits here to show you about your jerry can.
All right.
No. Come on out, let me show you. So that's what it ended up like. This has got a fantastic, really bright light inside it, and he's cut it in half and opened it up, so it was sort of like a Zippo lighter. What do you reckon?
Well, very different. A lot of work got into it.
It's not something I'd have indoors.
Normally at this point I would say, great, it went really well, I've got fantastic news, I've got money to hand over to you, but I haven't managed to sell this yet. Some things you sort of think maybe they should have carried on at the tip, but we've had quite a lot of fun with this. And yeah, I'm sorry not to be handing over hundreds of pounds for a high-end piece of lighting, but...
We've got some more rubbish if you like it. I mean, recyclable bits.
So, despite all Rob's hard work, the search continues to find his light a new home. With costs of £330 spent and no income generated, this could be a potential loss for Sarah of £330.
We weren't sure quite what she was going to do in the first place. We were stumped at that one, and I think it's been a bit of a struggle for them to come up with a design, but they have, so good luck with that.
Well, I think Trevor and Dion were really good sports because there was no money for nothing to hand over, but we've had a good laugh and quite a lot of fun with that jerry can.
Back in Margate, Rupert has managed to complete the jigsaw puzzle that was this new table, but he's not sure what Sarah will think of his radically different approach to what was discussed.
It was a bit of a battle with this table, and I've made it into something new, and hopefully she's going to like it and find a suitable home for it.
Last time I was here, I dropped Rupert off a real challenge, a table on its last legs. I mean, like hardly attached to its last legs, in a really bad state. So I can't wait to see what he's managed to do with it. Hiya.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, Sarah. How you doing?
Yeah, really well, really well. How about you?
I'm okay. I'm just about ready for you.
Really? Has it been tense?
It's always tense, but it's done somehow.
That is amazing. Is it? Can I touch it?
You can. It's not actually wet. It's high gloss.
It looks like sort of nail varnish or like something's poured on it.
It's really thick. I wanted it to look like a toffee apple.
That's what it is. It really does, doesn't it? It's beautiful.
So
it's huge.
It is rather big. I know originally I said maybe I'd just cut it in half and cast a new bit in the middle. But when I looked into that, the table was so rotten and it would have cost so much over the budget to cast a nice piece. So I decided I'll work with exactly what I've been given, make something new.
It is
something old.
Absolutely amazing.
The red sections are actually reclaimed wood. So the budget hasn't changed at all. I've perhaps spent another £3 on it.
Really?
That's it. So it's ready to go and have a new life and hopefully live for some more years.
I think you've just absolutely nailed it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. It looks fantastic, glossy, beautiful, and I'm going to go all out to try and get that back into the heart of somebody's home.
I'm really pleased that she liked it. I just hope she can find a suitable new home for it now.
The final cost of Rupert's work on the table has come to £400. Sarah's going to need to convince any potential buyer that this is the perfect family table if she's to make any profit at all. When Sarah first met Andrew, he was throwing out a rickety kitchen table his family had outgrown.
So we've had it for 20 odd years, but sadly, we've got nowhere for it to go anymore.
He was pleased when Sarah took an interest.
Is it something I could take away and try and remake something?
I'd be delighted, because I'd hate for it to go to waste.
And now, with some reclaimed wood and a tin of varnish, Rupert has served up a large and strikingly beautiful family dining table. Sarah invited Martin, one of the country's leading retro furniture dealers, to take a look at Rupert's transformation.
Whoever's done this is a very creative guy, and it's good.
And he loved it so much, he snapped it up for his shop, the Old Cinema. Sarah has returned to Whitley to show Andrew and his family what has become of their kitchen table and to hand over any profit.
Hi there. Hi, Andrew, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi there. Oh, hello, girls. Hi there. This is the big family you were talking about.
Yes.
Some of them.
Most of them.
They're four, aren't there?
Yeah, there's my son's hiding away somewhere.
I don't know if you remember what your dad dropped off at the tip. Do you know what we're here to? The table. Yeah. And did you all grow up with that table? Do you remember it being in your house?
Yeah, the old kitchen table.
Do you know what we did with it? We made it into a table. I've got some pictures. This is how your table ended up.
Oh, wow.
It's had a
That's
whole
amazing.
new lease of life. Your table went to the most amazing designer called Rupert Blanchard. So he spliced every single bit of your table together with some new material to make it into a table for 10.
Wow, that's incredible.
Somebody has already bought it.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. Somebody who wanted a big table paid 750 quid for it.
Wow.
So we spent £400 with Rupert, which means that I have got 350 quid to give to you guys.
Really?
For your table.
No way.
Yeah, really. So that money is yours to do whatever you like with it. That'll be a really good night in the pub.
Well, I'm amazed. Thank you very much indeed.
So, transforming Andrew's table from a table into a table has cost £400. But Sarah was able to sell the finished item for £750, which leaves Andrew with a profit of 350 quid. If he can keep it from the bar, does he have anything else he would like to spend his money on?
A new bed, probably, for me and my wife, because we've been sleeping on the same one for 25 years and it's pretty worn out. And having just come back from holiday, my wife has got used to sleeping in a proper bed, so it'll go towards that.
So a drink at the pub and a new bed. What better way to spend money for nothing?
So, Sarah managed to make a profit on only 2 of the 3 salvaged items. The dining table restructured by Rupert and the brown velour seat seen to by Sarah. Rob's petrol can lighting has still to find a new home.
Well, that's 3 things saved and only 2 things sold. Sometimes it's not as easy as you think to make money for nothing.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Look at that!
beautiful,
Speechless.
valuable,
You're joking.
and hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Sarah's travelled to the Bredbury Recycling Centre in Stockport, where they can have over 200 cars through the gates every day.
So can you hear them? Can you hear them all calling out to me? They're saying, Sarah, save me. Don't put me in the skip. Make me into something beautiful. And that's just what I want to do. And in the process, I'm hoping to make lots of money too.
Sarah talked very nicely to the kind people who run the dump and has secured special permission to ambush people today.
Oh, look, there's a nice big car coming in. Maybe they've got lots of things in their boot.
Sarah's on the lookout for 3 items she can breathe new life into and sell for a profit.
No need for one of those in your life, then?
No.
No breaking and entering?
Well, I've got other tools for that.
Stop bothering the nice cat burglar, Sarah, and get on with your search. Well, it's not long before Sarah has her eye on Chris's leather sofa, but only if it's the genuine article.
Is it, this is a really question, is it leather?
Yeah, I think
Really?
so. Yeah, well, I can remember.
Have you had it long? What's the...
It's about 10 years of age, that. Probably 12 now, not about
Okay.
12 years of age. I used to have 2 Dalmatians, so parts of it's marked
Okay, that doesn't
for
matter.
the dogs wise. We've got a new one, and so this one's just literally been dumped in the cabin.
Yeah. If I can get this leather off here, I can make handbags, maybe bodices. The fact that it's worn actually adds to its appeal. Well, hopefully we'll give it another life. I don't really know what that will be yet, but it's lovely material, particularly this bit, probably the most worn bit. It's so soft.
Yeah, it's
and
more
beautiful.
bums
Yeah.
have been on that one.
I beg your pardon.
More bums.
What a cheek. But will Sarah be able to salvage enough leather that's not too bum-battered?
Considering that, you know, the city's about 10, 12 years of age, and it's been well worn by several people's bottoms and several dogs. So yeah, I think she'll struggle to do anything with it, really.
I couldn't be more pleased with this footstool and chair. It's covered in the most fantastic leather and like meters of it. So I've got a marvellous maker lined up who's going to transform this into something that you just won't believe. And at the end of the day, I think we're going to make some money out of it as well.
Having comfortably bagged her first item, Sarah now has to turn sat on into saleable. And she has just the person in mind to do it. Chinello Bally has been turning heads since reaching the final of the Great British Sewing Bee. Her hand-cut couture pieces have caught the attention of the fashion world, and now she has a long list of celebrity clients.
I've always loved fashion. I think it comes from background actually, because my mum is very, very stylish. The women in my family are very stylish. I've always been surrounded by very unique items of clothing. One of the things that encouraged me the most to start making for other people was because when I wore my garments, people would always stop me saying, oh, you know, oh, I really like this. Where did you get it from? And they'd find out I'd made it myself. And then very early on, I'd get people say, oh, can you make one for me? And I really do look for the beauty in anything.
Chinello may look for the beauty in everything, but she may struggle to find it in the load of old leather Sarah's dropping off. So it's 1 item down, 2 to go. And while Sarah was busy with Chris's sofa, she's missed an absolute gem.
It's really annoying that that's in there, and that's, you know, it's nice old wood.
Just to be clear, Once something hits the tip, it's out of bounds.
Can I just go in and get it?
No, Sarah, you can't. But if you're quick enough, you might be interested in what Derek has in his boot.
Hi there, I'm really sorry to bother you, and I know you're busy, but I'm just wondering what you're dropping off and...
Just a bit of steel and aluminium and so on.
Okay, was it a greenhouse or something?
Yes, yeah, it was an old greenhouse.
We're looking for things that we might be able to make into other stuff, and these angly bits look really interesting. Would it be okay to have a better look at them outside?
Yeah, of course, no promise, I'll take them out.
Brilliant, thank you. I know they're rusty and beaten up and stuff, but they're just the kind of thing that we might be able to marry them up with something.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Really? That's fab.
Where would you like us to put them?
Just over here would be, in front of the scrap metal would be lovely, thank you.
Sarah's acquired some angle iron, which is kind of like a giant Meccano set for grown-ups.
Brilliant, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, bye-bye.
But can she reassemble it into something that can turn a profit? What does Derek think she'll do?
I'm assuming she's going to make a shelving unit of some sort, using the garage or the shed. It's all in one piece, as long as she's handy with a paintbrush.
Anything like this that is modular, so it comes apart and you can screw it together, is really easy to work with, even if you're just an amateur. So although it's in a bit of a state at the moment, I think it's got real potential if we were to give it a really good clean down. If you keep polishing it up enough, it's the kind of thing that you can put in your house.
Not in my house. And it's not going to be much good on its own. Do you think you can find some old wood or something? Oh, you already have.
So it's probably all here.
It's a junk jigsaw.
There we go, back to being pretty much a whole door now. What do you reckon? Your next dining room table, sir?
Well, I don't fancy eating my dinner off it. And if she plans to stick it together with the angle iron and make something out of it, she's going to need some help. Rupert Blanchard is one of the most imaginative bespoke furniture makers, searching the country for undervalued materials to rework into contemporary designs.
I work mostly with reclaimed, salvaged and abandoned materials. Basically other people's waste. I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. I like giving things a second, a third, a fourth chance.
Rupert's been making furniture for over 10 years, and in that time has developed a thing for drawers.
Oh, look at that drawer. Look at that. What a beautiful drawer.
Rupert's no stranger to unused materials, but that door might be past saving. With 2 items found for Sarah's marvellous makers,
It'd be right to just have a quick rifle through and... Lovely.
the hunt is on for something that will be Sarah's own money-making mission.
They're really cute. There are 200 cars an hour coming through here. I have got to be able to find something.
And Peter and Michael's trailer of trash may contain just what she's been looking for.
What brings it here today?
Well, your in-laws are moving out, aren't they? So we're just bringing it from... So this is our rubbish, what we're just throwing in everything.
So where's it been, in the shed or in the
Yeah,
garage?
it's just been in the shed.
I don't know what that is. That's quite cool. Oh, Rizzlers. So you're not tempted to drink the very special anniversary ale from 1984? No? No, I can see that might have limited appeal.
I'm more of a Foster's man.
Really?
Great. So far, fags and booze. Get a move on, Sarah.
Ooh, look. So is it just me, or does that... There's something cool about that, isn't there?
It's just you, Sarah.
Maybe. I wonder if you could use those in lighting or something, because they're just the fact there's so many different colours in there. I feel really bad about putting those into the tip. I'm not quite sure why, but they've got a certain appeal.
Yes, to golfers.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what's this? Peter's got another bit of treasure for you, Sarah. But how could it possibly beat those golf tees?
Do you know what it is?
I ain't got a clue.
I think that it's, see how it's got an angle like that on it? It's a writing slope. So when people wrote letters, it went like that. So it was like a mini desk when they were, and so there you've got the bit where your pen went. Oh, look, isn't that clever the way it opens up? And down here, and the key that goes with it. Would it be something we might be able to have a look at?
Yeah, no problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Now that's more like it. I'm sure you can make a few bob selling it as it is.
So everybody used to have things like this, because everybody wrote letters, so we just don't do it anymore. Here, it's very faint lines. This would have been beautiful gold inlay, you know, onto the velvet, so that would have been pretty. So that's a joyful little piece of history there.
This type of writing slope or lap desk first appeared in the 18th century and became a stylish accessory for the travelling gentleman. Today, the market for these is buoyant, and Sarah could well raise some surprise cash for Michael and Peter.
I love this box. It's really sweet, and it's the oldest thing that we found today. It's got some lovely details on it, and I'm hoping that it's going to be really quite valuable. And that means that all of the money we get from selling it can go to that great guy who dropped it off earlier. So that has got to be a good thing, hasn't it?
And with that, today's list is complete. Chinello will lavish love on Chris's leather. Rupert will tackle Derek's rusty frame and that dissected door. And Sarah, oh no, she's not taking the golf tees as well, is she? Oh well, double the potential profit, I suppose.
I have cherry-picked my way through loads of rubbish here today, and I've picked 3 potential things that I think will make heaps of money.
Canning Town, East London. Amongst its old industrial past and its current regeneration lies the home of high fashion. Well, you wouldn't think it from the outside. Designer Chinello Bally will have Sarah at her door any minute with the beaten-down chair. I have a feeling she's not going to be happy when she sees what it's made out of.
I love beautiful fabric. Anything that's beautiful, anything that's glamorous looking, I love. If I was going to say anything's out of my comfort zone, it'd probably be leather. It's because you wouldn't usually think of leather and think elegant.
Oh dear. Good luck, Chinello.
Hello, Chinello.
What have you got for me?
Okay, these are the cushions off a chair, and I've got a footstool that goes with it.
Oh, wow. She's in.
I'm going to need to sit down here. So I'm hoping that between this and this, we've actually got heaps of this fabric.
There's loads of it, definitely.
I actually wondered if it was nicer.
I actually really like the inside,
Yeah.
but I think as well we can use both, because look, that looks lovely against each other.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I had a few ideas.
Okay. I want to hear your ideas this time because I have got no idea.
When I was looking at this, I kept on thinking about maybe having something like some sort of cape or some sort of loosely fitted garment.
Yes, maybe. How about like a blazer cape? You know, those blazers that have the capes attached to them, so they don't have a sleeve. It will be like the cape instead of the sleeve.
Come on, Sarah. You know, those blazer capes that you see everyone wearing all over the place.
What exactly, how does it style, the blazer cape?
It's basically a blazer, like yours, but it would have a cape.
Fascinating.
I think it's really fantastic.
A blazer cape, how much money does it cost to produce a blazer cape?
Stop saying blazer cape.
Could be looking about £250 to £300.
Okay. Do you think that would mean we'd make a profit?
Definitely, I think so, because this is real leather, you know, and it's a handmade jacket. Should be looking about £400 for it.
Okay, well, I think that sounds great. I think leaves me a bit of room to surprise the guys who dropped it off. Well, shall I leave it with you?
Yes, I'm going to kick you out now so I can get on with work.
Okay.
Bye.
Don't work too hard.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And so, blazer cape.
So this is sort of out of my comfort zone, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a challenge, a good challenge, however.
Armchair footstool becomes blazer cape. It's not an obvious choice of garment, but only Chinello would think of something like that. Secretly, I hope it fits me.
So do I. So it'll be £300 to produce the garment. And all Sarah has to do is find a superhero looking for formal wear, and she's sorted. Sunny Margate on the southeast coast. Once a mecca for British holidaymakers, now it's a place where vintage is an advantage and reclamation is the order of the day. And one man leading the way is our Rupert. And Carlos the cat. Sarah's about to set him the challenge of making something out of the angle iron and the old barn door.
Rupert, hi.
Hey, Sarah.
How are you?
Back again?
I've got a few things. Okay, don't look. Can you rustle off somewhere and I'll bring it in and then you can see it because I don't want you to get put off.
Sarah thinks if she can make it look presentable, then Rupert might just see its potential.
It's all coming together. It's going to be fun.
Sarah's brought some weird things to me before, so this time, who knows what it could be.
Looks good, doesn't it? Really inspiring. Doesn't look like a load of old junk.
I'm not exactly sure who Sarah's trying to convince, but either way, Rupert's getting concerned.
Sarah, you all right?
Yeah, it's coming together. I hope it's going to be worth it.
Can't quite imagine what you're doing yet. It's a lot of crashing and banging coming from out there.
Never look better. Rupert?
It's like all my birthdays and Christmases come at once.
There was something about it. It's been hacked into, it's been cut up.
Okay.
But I just love the fact, the wear on it, you can't make it look like that.
What is it? A toilet door, a barn door?
Barn door, I'm thinking.
And then this angle iron?
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
I love angle iron, I love it. It's so flexible and adjustable, and it's something that you don't really see now in the home. Everyone used to make their bench in their shed, their shelving in the garage out of this stuff.
So, the angle iron's a hit, but the old barn door has some issues.
Quite a lot of age shade, a lot of dry rot there, so it can be complicated to work with.
I don't know if you've noticed, but actually it has been cut in half. So there is, it's not quite as intact. So yeah, that's why I was piecing it together so it wasn't.
That's a surprise.
Yes.
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, I did have some thoughts that maybe this was kind of cut up into parquet to make amazing tabletop, and these were framing it in some way.
A table, I see as the easy option for me.
Yep.
A sideboard would be a more challenging option for me because it's only 2 materials here, so to stretch them far enough to actually make a piece of furniture that you will sit in front of and stare at every day, it'd be quite a challenge.
Rupert's never one to shy away from a challenge. But how much is it going to cost?
I've got a couple of days' work on this. I would like to really, go to town on this piece.
So we're looking at a 400 or so quid.
I think that's about right.
I've left Rupert in there piecing together that jigsaw and trying to make a sideboard out of the door and that old angle iron. I think he's got his work cut out, but he's so enthusiastic about it. I think there's potential for real profit from this piece.
To make a sideboard out of all that rubbish will cost you around £400. So, Sarah will be aiming high in the sale of this one. With the worn leather and the deconstructed door being dealt with by the designers, it's time for Sarah to generate some cash of her own. And back at her barn, she's hoping the antique writing slope will do just that.
Now, I was really pleased to save this the other day. I love the fact that we found something that was really old, and it's a charming piece. It's got sweet little things like its own key still with it. So to think that it was going to be thrown away, I'm really pleased that I rescued it. It's not in great condition, and that makes me worry about how much it's actually going to be worth. There's big chips off the veneer all around here, and I think it's had some restoration on it. In here, in the hinges, you can see how they've been nailed back in rather than screwed, and they're not the original ones. This isn't going to be worth a fortune, but I don't think it should get thrown away. And I know that because of the details on the front of it, the fact it's got the key and the lock, a lovely shield on the front and the escutcheon here, people might even buy it just to be able to reuse those to restore something else. I think the best thing I can do with it is to polish it up and make it look prettier, and then take some lovely pictures of it so that you can see all the details, so it has lots of appeal to lots of different people.
When polishing up old veneer like this, it's best to avoid harsh chemicals. A thorough rub with a dry cloth will do the job.
This is my very naughty puppy. Come here. It never does what it's told, do you?
And the mere mention of a rub has brought Bramble in.
I think it's looking better. I'm not an expert on wood. I'm just wondering if that's a mahogany veneer or maybe walnut. Oh wow, that looks really good on there.
Sarah's planning to sell the piece online to the highest bidder.
I'm going to take photographs from every angle of it and the detail and the damage that it's got, so that whoever buys it has got the whole picture.
Well, maybe, looking at the state of it, less is more.
Come here.
A quick look online to compare prices and things are looking promising.
So this one's similar and it's £44.50, but I'd say that's got a slightly Art Deco-y, sort of 40s-y maybe feel to it. So I think that one is newer than our one. Victorian writing slope. Right, so there it is. It's listed. Let's hope that it makes £30. Maybe, on a good day, £40. Fingers crossed. All we can do now is wait to see if it makes any money.
Let the bidding begin. Sarah hasn't spent a penny on the writing slope, so any money made from it is truly profit. Back in East London, it's blazer cape time. And you know, I'm coming round to the idea. It's a blazer and it's a cape. Come on, I want one. So, Chinello, where do we begin?
I decided to dump the blazer cape idea this morning.
No. Why?
Because I just woke up and I thought, how is this going to work? So I'm going to make a dress out of this. So more of a shift style dress. And also I really wanted to put my own signature on this. So the jacket thing is not really something I do. Dresses, they're more my thing.
Oh, OK. I'll have to find my own blazer cape then. But what's your idea for the dress?
Okay, so my initial idea is to have this part here at the bottom, and then this would have made up, you know, the top half of the dress. So the dress is mainly in the leather, and then this would have been sleeve, and that would be a neckline there.
Chinello's planning on using wax print fabric for the sleeves, a typical material for clothing in Africa. And although this material is dark, they're more commonly vibrant, colourful cotton prints, which historically were used as a non-verbal communication that could indicate status or wealth among African women.
I'm just trying to straighten out all the edges, and I was just making my dress a little bit shorter than I want it to be.
With the chair and stool completely stripped, Chinello has all the material she has to work with. So now it's just a matter of sewing it all together.
Still want to use some of the original seams from the sofa, so I'm going to keep some of those in place, and I'm using a contrasting thread that matches with the fabric that I've decided to use for the sleeves. I'm going to use that to create some seam details.
Chinello is sewing the panels together using robust and hard-wearing thread. Perfect for heavy leather stitching.
Can you see that?
But there's a problem.
Don't know why it's doing that. I need to work out why it's doing that.
The leather panels keep slipping away from each other.
It's moving. So I'm not sure whether it's too worn or if there's some kind of waxing on it that's making it slide along each other. See, it jumps down as you try to sew it. Even though I start with the needle inside of it, so it shouldn't do that at all, it still jumps.
This could potentially be it for the sofa dress.
If it's not going to sew, what am I going to do with it?
The more worn sections seem impossible to sew together, and considering most of it is well worn, Chinello might not have enough material to make a wallet, never mind a dress.
Because it's not like it's not sewing it, it sews it in bits and then it just gathers it up at the bottom, and it was doing the same thing on that machine, so I moved over here.
What are we going to do now?
I'm not sure we'll be able to do this one.
Is this the end of the road for Chinello's dress? Let's give her a chance to think. Meanwhile, over in sunny Margate, let's hope that Rupert's having more luck with the angle iron and the old barn door.
I know that I'm going to make a sideboard out of all of these pieces. And yeah, I don't want this to be a sort of typical shabby chic piece. I want this to be really quite polished. It's just going to be a bit of a labour of love to make it a high quality finish.
Rupert's planning on leaving the chip paint effect on the wood as a feature, which doesn't sound like a quality finish to me. But what do I know?
Although I know what I'm making, I've got to strip it down and prepare the materials.
The nuts and bolts holding it together have fused shut with rust.
Just going to cut these off.
But Rupert can cut them off with his cut-off tool. That's what it's actually called.
Just use a hammer because these will still be quite hot.
Once the door is taken apart,
a few more screws.
You can get an idea of how much usable wood he has to work with. But it's all looking a bit crumbly. And it's not looking good.
This is a good representation of the door overall, in that it is just crumbling. It's got a lot of normal rot and a lot of dry rot. Ideally, any carpenter making a cabinet doesn't start with rotten wood. Now on this table is everything that's really usable. I've got it down from what was a pile of rubbish to an organised pile of rubbish.
I suppose that's some progress.
There's still a good 60% of this door that we can reuse.
With just enough wood to construct a sideboard, Rupert gets to work sawing the usable pieces into planks to match his very intricate blueprint on the floor. Next comes the angle iron, which will form the structure of the cabinet. Angle iron became very popular amongst do-it-yourselfers. With its easy-to-assemble design, it was possible for almost anyone to build anything from shelving units to greenhouses.
The more I put together, the closer I'm getting to working out what this needs to become.
Rupert's on a roll and looks to have this finished in no time. But wait a minute.
That's one short and two wide. That's one short. Where are the other pieces of wood? I've miscalculated it.
Uh-oh, with such little door to work with, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, this is nuts. This is a problem with having a warehouse full of rubbish, that I often lose a piece of wood that I've just cut.
Good luck finding it in there, Rupert. Maybe Sarah will be happy with half a sideboard. Back in Sussex, Sarah's online auction of the writing slope is nearing an end.
Exciting.
She was hoping for around £40, and with a few seconds to go, it's sold.
Well, the writing slope has sold, but it hasn't made great money. It's made 15 quid, which is better than nothing because it was literally about to go into a skip. So if that has only made £15, I want to make a bit more money than that to give back to Pete. I think I'm going to have to take up the golf tee challenge.
Oh no, I'd forgotten about them.
What should we do with them then?
Don't ask me.
Art installation? Looking at all the golf tees floating around in there, maybe I could make like a golf tee loo seat so you sit down on it and it's a bit naff.
I'm certainly getting a whiff of something.
But I think I've got it now. It's going to be a tribal style necklace. Cool, hey?
Anything you say.
If I wrap this really cool red wire around, and then it might make the golf tees look a bit more attractive, a bit more tribal.
Well, I suppose it's not bad for a last-ditch attempt to make money.
I'm going to make a few of them and hope that I make some money that way.
But finding a buyer of tribal jewellery might be tough. Back at the dump, Sarah was rustling through Peter and Michael's box of old bits.
So this is our rubbish, what we're just throwing in everything.
Ooh, look.
First came the golf tees.
There's something cool about that, isn't there?
And then an antique writing slope.
Oh, look, isn't that clever the way it opens up?
The writing slope underperformed online.
It hasn't made great money. It's made 15 quid.
So Sarah got to work on the tees and, eventually, produced some multicoloured tribal-esque necklaces. Sarah showcased them at her barn sale and was optimistic the country-living crowd would get behind them.
I'm putting them out at £10 each. I've got some more to come out later, and I think they look really cool.
But despite being a big talking point of the day, they remained unsold. Sarah contacted Peter, whom the 2 items had been taken from, to arrange to hand over the £15 from the sale of the writing desk, but alas, without success.
So Peter has been very busy, so I haven't managed to catch up with him, but I have got £15 here that I'm going to send off to him, and I hope he's going to have a drink on us.
So it's been a disappointing turnout for the boys, but still, 15 quid for what was rubbish is still better than a kick in the golf balls. Back in southeast London, when we last saw Chinello, her head was in her hands and the leather was in a heap on the floor. Her sewing machine had met its match, and now Sarah's on her way to see something, I hope.
So this is the kind of transformation that really stretches my imagination. I've dropped off a chair and a footstool, and I'm coming to pick up a dress.
Well, you're in luck. With the help of a specialist leather sewing foot, don't ask, Chinello has taken the bum-battered sofa and transformed it into an amazing bodice. I'm still a bit disappointed about the blazer cape though. Chinello used a wax print fabric to create the skirt and sleeves. And the beaded detail lines the plunging neckline. Wow, I hope Sarah doesn't want to try it on.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah, that must be it. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Really well.
What were you expecting?
I wasn't expecting beading or detail like this. And I was thinking suede because of the back of it.
Yeah, I was going to, but all of the back pieces were so different and there was nothing uniform at all. I thought,
I don't think that's a problem. It looks amazing, doesn't it? I love the way you've got the darts in here.
Yeah, I thought let's carry on with the, you know, the whole leather feel of things, you know, because usually it's, you know, so many panels put together and they just do all the outside stitching sort of decoratively. So I've done that as well.
It's got your signature sassiness about it, hasn't it? Because this is quite revealing, isn't it? And this isn't long, is it?
Would you like to try it on?
No, I can't try it on. What, seriously?
Okay. Yeah, if you'd like to.
Go on then, I'm happy to give it a go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Look
take
away.
it on.
Sarah, there are kids watching.
I think I'll keep this on.
Thank goodness. Are you stuck, Sarah? Help her out, Chinello.
It actually does look nice on you.
Someone please stop her.
There you go. Brilliant. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I'll keep in touch and tell you where it goes.
All right, thank you. Mwah. Let's know how she goes. I thought that was so cool that Sarah tried the dress on, but I think what she really needs is some high heels and a night out. Yeah.
Back at the dump, Sarah saw potential in Chris's faded leather.
If I can get this leather off here, it's beautiful, it's really soft.
More bums have been on that one.
The bum bashing didn't bother Sarah, but Chris was sceptical.
Considering that, you know, the city's about 10, 12 years of age, I think she'll struggle to do anything with it, really.
Luckily, Chris was proved wrong. With the expert eye of Chinello, it was transformed into something spectacular. Sarah's been working her socks off to find a buyer. But with this bespoke piece, made to measure no one in particular, Sarah's been unsuccessful in finding someone it will fit. Sarah travelled back to Stockport to tell Chris the bad news. But you never know, it might fit him.
Hi Chris, how are you doing?
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Your sofa has been to the most fabulous dress designer.
Okay.
She's called Chinello Bally, and she's a freestyle cutter of fabrics.
Okay.
And this is what has become of your chair and your...
Wow, very, very different.
Isn't it different?
Extremely different.
It's, I'm
I
sorry,
do recognise the leather, but that'll be it.
So our brief to her was, you know, do what you like. We had a few different ideas about maybe she'd make it into a cape or a blazer or something like that. But in the end, she's made a really striking dress from it. So what do you think? It's not your size, is it?
It's definitely not my cup of tea as in wearing wise, but I can see that it looks good quality and it's really different. So yeah, it's definitely it's not a city anymore, isn't it?
At this stage, what I'd really like to be saying was I've made your chair into a dress and I've sold your dress and bring you some money, but I haven't had time to sell it yet. So what I would like to do, if it's all right, is hang on to your dress and try and sell it for you at a profit, and then be in touch with some money at a later date.
Okay.
Chinello's work cost £250 to create the dress, but as yet it has unfortunately failed to sell, which means Chris will have to wait a little bit longer before he receives any profit.
Well, it was great to be able to show Chris the dress that Chinello actually made, but I wish I'd been able to turn up with some money for nothing. But hopefully I'll be in touch soon and have something to share with him.
I didn't know what she was going to make, but her dress would have been definitely the last on the list, let's just say. So yeah, definitely wasn't the case that I was thinking she's going to make a dress out of it at all.
So, with the majority of items remaining unsold so far, Sarah will have high hopes for today's final find, Rupert's sideboard, which he's putting finishing touches to now. That is, if he's found that extra wood.
So what do you get if you drop off a load of old metal and a broken door? I'm hoping for one of Rupert's signature sideboards and something that looks fantastic.
Before, it was a rotten and rusty pile of wood and metal. Now, it's a super sideboard, oozing with charm. Maintaining the flaked paint effect, it is bang on trend amongst folk who like that kind of thing. The body is made up of one cupboard for storage and shelves for feature ornaments or electronic equipment. He even kept the door's original handle. It won't fit in everyone's house, but you have to admit it, it's an astounding achievement from Rupert. Good show, young man. Sarah's gonna love it.
Hi, Rupert. Hiya.
Welcome back. Welcome.
Lovely to see you. Is that it?
That is it.
Wow. What have you been up to?
Here it is. It's definitely a fun one. It's been quite a bit of work to turn a pile of rotten painted wood and a bit of old scrap metal into something usable, into a new sideboard and cabinet for your home. I did say I was going to retain some of the paintwork. I've retained nearly all of the paintwork, I'm afraid.
That was my favourite bit. I absolutely loved all of that distress and that kind of thing. I think it is charming. It's not too big. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it.
I tried not to make it too specific to one room. Hopefully it's a multi-use sort of piece of furniture.
Can I have a look inside that cupboard?
Yeah, please do.
Oh, it's green! Fantastic!
So, I couldn't tell. Did you like it or not, Sarah? I think it's a hit. And coming in on budget at £400 means there's room for a bit of money to be made.
I'm just so pleased you like it. I'll go and get the van then.
Yeah, thank you. I have to get over £500 for this little beauty.
Back at the dump, Sarah ambushed Derek for his angle iron.
Yes, it was in our greenhouse.
Oh, fantastic.
Derek had confidence in Sarah's abilities.
It's only one piece, as long as she's handy with a paintbrush.
But it was missing something to tie it all together. And then she found it 2 minutes later.
Your next dining room table, sir?
She wasn't far off. Thanks to Rupert, it was transformed into a bespoke sideboard. Sarah's invited one of the country's leading retro furniture dealers to see if he was interested. And it turned out he's a big fan of Rupert's.
Well, I love this, and I love his work.
With a fish on the hook, Sarah tried to reel him in with some big figures.
Probably in order to see profit, I need to sell this for £550.
It's tight.
That figure was a bit too big, but with a bit of negotiation,
I would really like to have it.
They came to an agreement. Sarah's back in Stockport to show Derek what was made of his old greenhouse and hand over the cash.
Hi there, hi Derek, how are you doing?
Okay. Not bad yourself?
Yeah, very
Good to see you
well.
again.
Yes, and you, and you. Any ideas what we might have done with your frames?
I can't think of anything except the same it was before, a shelving unit of some sort, or maybe an art display unit.
Yeah, well, actually, they were turned into a sideboard, and I've got some pictures to show you.
Okay.
Hopefully, you can see where your frames are in the.
Oh, wow.
It was
You got
made.
rid of all the rust and everything as well. Looks brilliant.
Do you think?
Yeah, it looks really good. Wow.
They
I never
were-
thought it would amount to anything except scrap metal.
So you approve of what we did with it?
Yes, no, it looks really good. You managed to find a good home for it?
Yeah, a good home, and actually managed to sell it at a profit.
Oh, wow.
So I'm here tonight to give you £100 profit from your frames.
Oh, wow, okay.
To spend on whatever
Wow,
you'd like.
Thanks very much. Okay, perfect. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Any ideas what you might do with £100?
Well, I wasn't expecting this. I didn't think any money back of it, so I thought I'll donate it to charity.
Oh,
Got
really?
a local animal shelter charity around the corner that's always in need of something, so...
That sounds like a great idea, and somebody has gone on to have a lovely piece of furniture made out of the materials you dropped off. So
Brilliant.
I think it sounds like it was all good.
Gets a bit of good use out of it.
Yeah.
Great.
Lovely. Well, really nice to catch up with
No,
you.
thanks
and
very much.
absolute pleasure. And
Yeah.
lovely use of money. That's great.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks very
Okay,
much.
take care.
Okay,
Thank you very
cheers,
much.
bye.
Bye-bye.
So Rupert charged £400 to transform the pile of old metal and pieces of door into a sideboard. But the sale of £500 made a profit for Derek of £100.
I wasn't expecting anything in the slightest. Half of what you maybe made, or if anything at all. But no, it's come out looking really good.
I love the fact that Derek has chosen an animal charity to give the money to. We've got a little fan down here. I'm going to go home and tell Bramble that there's £100 going to a really good cause.
Sarah salvaged 3 unwanted items from the Bredbury Recycling Centre. Chris's old leather sofa turned into a beautiful bodice dress. Derek's ancient angle iron transformed into a super sideboard. And the writing slope and golf tees have been given a new lease of life.
So 2 out of 3 items sold for a profit, and a lot of fun had along the way. Next time, we could be making something from an item you no longer love. See you at the tip.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Sorry to bother you. Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old stuff into new stuff and sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
Look at that absolute box of joy. These are just fantastic.
In her search for tip treasure.
We've got to be able to make something out of that, haven't we?
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
I've got a little something for you.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Oh, this is a hard one.
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Oh my word.
beautiful, valuable,
Cha-ching.
and hopefully saleable items.
Well, I love this, so I would really like to have it.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
That is incredible, isn't it?
Sarah's at the Bredbury Recycling Centre in Stockport, just outside Manchester, where they can have over 200 cars a day through the gates.
I am loving this place. It's so busy. There's cars coming in all the time, and in the back of them, I know there is great stuff that I can make into something fabulous. So I'm off now to have a proper old rummage.
Remember that Sarah has special permission to rummage about today, so don't you go pestering people at your local recycle centre, or you'll be the one getting thrown out.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
Sarah's on the lookout for 3 items with the potential to turn into hard cash for their owners.
We're looking for stuff that we can recycle, so I'm thinking there's not much in there, but I think you should take the bunny home.
Some things, though, are just destined for the dump. But coming in at the far end, Mike and Judith might be able to give Sarah a step up in her search.
There's a ladder just coming up here, so I'd really like to take a look at that. I don't know if they're actually throwing it away, but must be able to do something good with that. Hiya.
Hiya.
Sorry to disturb you, I know you're busy. I was just wondering, are you getting rid of all of this today? Or?
Yes, we are.
Really?
Yes.
Yep. Where's it come from? What's happening? What are you doing?
Well, we're clearing a house of wife's late auntie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
it's a lot
of hard work, really.
A life leaves behind a lot of stuff, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
I'm just quite interested in the ladder. If it'd be okay to have a look at it and get it out and see how it works and all that kind of thing.
no problem with that.
Lovely, thank you. So was this only ever for domestic use? Was it just in the house, or was it?
I think it was just domestic use, yes.
I love the fact that it's got all the markings on it.
Yeah.
It's so funny, isn't it? Because you wouldn't think that ladder would tell the story, would you?
You wouldn't really.
I
no.
love it.
There is another set of ladders.
Pair of step ladders is always better than one. If you have some, bring them down.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much.
Sarah knows a moneymaker when she sees it, and with 2 sets, she can double her potential profit. But what does Mike think she'll do with them?
Well, I'm not sure really. She might be able to strip them down and re-varnish them or repaint them. But it need a bit of patience.
I'm really excited about this ladder. And the really good thing, they said they might be coming back with another one, and that is a whole new ball game. 2 of these, who knows what I can make out of it.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, as a society, we chuck away far too much stuff, and if it can be used, that's great.
Well said, Mike. So that's the first item found, but what to do with the ladders? Well, Sarah knows a man who might have a few ideas. Rupert Blanchard is one of the most imaginative bespoke furniture makers in the country, ever on the lookout for undervalued materials to rework into contemporary designs.
I work mostly with reclaimed, salvaged and abandoned materials. Basically other people's waste. I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. Something that someone's really given up on. I like giving things a second, a third, a fourth chance. Bringing something back into use is incredibly satisfying.
Rupert's been making furniture for over 10 years, and in that time has developed a thing for drawers.
Oh, look at that drawer. Look at that. What a beautiful drawer.
He's the man to make old wood useful again, but making use out of those ladders might be a big challenge. Back at the dump, the cars just keep flooding in.
There's too much going on. I can't keep on track of it all.
With one item under her belt, Sarah's got a spring in her step and has now set her sights on Andrew's boot.
I'm sorry to bother you when you're busy, but I was just wondering, we are looking for things that we might be able to make into other stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any chance I could, have a look and see if it's something?
Yeah.
Well, they're heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow, so what, they're the suspension, or?
Yeah, that's what keeps the car on the road, basically.
They're really cool. Any chance I could take them away and see if I could make something?
Yeah.
Andrew's springs may have come off his Flash Jag, but it doesn't mean they're worth much now. It'll take a bit of creativity for them to turn a profit.
We've got to be able to make something out of that, haven't we?
Well, what does Andrew think can be done with them?
Well, if she had 4, she'd have a coffee table or something like that, and maybe even a stool.
I was worried about their appearance at first, but I know that you can get things powder coated, which means sprayed in beautiful colours, or you can get them dipped in materials like chrome or copper. And then they'd make fantastic lamp bases. And a lamp on an occasional table, people are going to pay £100, £150 for one. And I've got 3.
She's my absolute baby.
So, thanks to Andrew's baby donating her old suspension springs, Sarah's onto a moneymaker. And she already has someone in mind who might be up to the challenge. Beck Simon is one of the country's best artist blacksmiths, creating high-end interior furniture and bespoke metalwork commissions. She's a woman that can bang, grind and weld metal into money.
Working with found objects is quite different from what we normally do, because we work with our clients and we produce designs and we work with them. So this is kind of like really freeing up the mind and seeing, you know, what object we've got and how we can make it work into something really cool, modern and yeah, desirable. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, is it? Something tells me those springs are going to give you more bother than they're worth. In the meantime, that's 2 items found that Sarah can offload onto her designer pals. But now she needs to find something she can sink her own teeth into. But with the day getting on, she seems to be grasping at straws. Well, sticks.
See, that might be your next...
The catapult.
Your next candelabra or, you know, something on your dining table.
You won't believe you could get a full tree in a car.
And it looks like word spread round the dump that Sarah's making money out of their rubbish.
Any money, send it to me, not him. All right now.
You'll be lucky. But what's this? Eagle-eyed Sarah might have just spotted her own personal project, because Eric could be throwing out just what she's been looking for.
I'm really sorry to bother you. I can see you're busy.
Yes.
I'm just looking at your Monopoly sets. Can I have a quick look?
They're my daughters originally.
Oh my word, you've got hundreds of bits there.
Yeah, hundreds of them, yeah.
We're looking for things that we might be able to make into other stuff, and things like this would be lovely to get hold of and see if we could do something with. Would you mind?
No, I wouldn't mind at all.
And let me
No,
have
I'd rather somebody else have them.
And you've got another one there as well. May I have a quick look at that?
Yes, that's the very old one. See, that's when she had it, when she was 8.
Wow, that's amazing. May I open it?
When she was 8 years old.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
letting me take them. That's brilliant.
Sarah can see potential profit in her own personal project. But what does Eric think she can do with it?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm glad if you can recycle them. I prefer to recycle anything.
There's 2 sets of the, I want to call them charms because I think they look like little jewels to me. So altogether, I think as a collection, they make some fantastic jewellery. Lots of potential here and something that I'd really like to play with myself and see what I can make. So lovely, I'm really pleased with that little lot there.
All the toys from Disneyland from 1986 and things like that. I've come to a point where I like to let things go.
I really like the board because what we're doing here is pretty much a game of chance, so that pretty much sums up the day, doesn't it? I'm hoping there's no luxury tax. And definitely don't want to go to jail.
Right, stop playing about now. Down to business. How much do you think you can make from it?
I'm aiming for 100 quid from my Monopoly box. I think I can do it.
100 quid profit to return to Eric. It's like landing on chance and getting a bank dividend in your favour. And with that, the list is complete. 3 potential money makers. But wait a minute.
Oh, hello.
It's Judith and Mike keeping up their promise of a second set of ladders.
Great, you know, a pair makes it really exciting. It more than doubles the potential of what we might be able to do with it.
So now the list is complete. Rupert will reimagine Mike and Judith's ladders, Bex will bend Andrew's springs into shape, and Sarah will take a chance on Eric's Monopoly sets.
We have had a fantastic day here. I've got some amazing pieces and just the right people lined up to make them into something fantastic and to make some money along the way.
In the southeast corner of England, Margate was once famous for fish and chips and getting sand in your ice cream. But now, Margate's had a reclamation regeneration. With its old town now home to a bustling vintage clothing and retro furniture scene. And right in the heart of it all is our Rupert. And Carlos the cat. Sarah's about to surprise him with some old ladders.
I hope it's something that I'm familiar with and I can identify its history.
Rupert,
We brought a ladder.
do you like a ladder?
We brought wow years ladders. How could these end up going to landfill? Beautiful ladders.
I thought that they were just lovely. I loved the fact that the stuff they were covered in was the story of the house that they come out of. They were part of that home.
This is the bedroom, that's the dining room, that's the hallway. Is there anything particular you want me to play with, or am I allowed to just go wild with these two?
So I'm seeing maybe a couple of pieces. Do you think that's the direction to go?
Well, I think they started out life as two separate pieces, and although I'd love to join them together some way, my initial feeling is to make two pieces, but two identical pieces, to make a matching pair. Perhaps one of the ideas is to make a metamorphic chair, which is a kind of chair that they used to use in little studies and libraries and places where they didn't have room for both a ladder and a chair. But somehow I'd like to bring another element into it. So chairs that flip around, they turn into ladders, they flip around again, they turn into a coffee table. Maybe there's some way that the two matching elements can lock together and become something new.
Rupert's transformer chair is more commonly known as library steps. First built in the early 19th century as a space saver, they could be used as little stairs to reach topmost bookshelves in libraries, whilst doubling as domestic furniture. But the question is, how much is it going to cost to construct?
There's got to be somewhere around a couple £100 per item to design and produce the final piece. But we kind of have to see if you're what we can do once we've deconstructed it. We learn more, and you have a better idea about what the final outcome will be.
At that price, I've got real potential of making some money for those people and surprising them with some worthy, proper chunk of cash, and that would be just the best outcome.
We'll give it a good go. Right.
Wow. I love Rupert's ideas for the ladders. A pair of things, always more saleable than one, and a metamorphic furniture, these things are going to be fab. So chair, ladder, and possibly table, can't go wrong.
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
You and me both. So, it's £200 each for two items. Or is it £400 for one big item that fits together? Either way, at that price, Sarah's confident of a tidy return. Sarah's next stop is away from the hustle and bustle of seaside salvage and into the heart of the English countryside. Tucked away in amongst the quaint villages is the place where metal goes to die. And then to be reborn. Sarah's ready to surprise Bex with the suspension springs from Andrew's Jag to see if she can, something to do with lighting.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sarah's going to bring today. Probably something really strange. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look. I don't know what it's going to be and that, but I guess that's part of the challenge. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what it is. So I'm just eating an apple. There we go. Oh wow, springs.
Well, at least you know what they are.
We use these, there was one there, we use them for making tools with, so love them.
I was worried you couldn't heat them up.
We can sit them in the fire. It's harder to work than normal mild steel because it's high carbon, but no, we'll be able to do things. What do you have in mind?
If they melted and were all really like fluid columns, we might be able to make some lamp bases out of them.
Oh, okay. Unravelling it and stretching it out into a longer line what about something like that?
What, so we can make a floor lamp out of it?
Yeah, completely. Like the mid-century ones that you get, it's like a marble base and then it comes up.
That would sound great. And maybe if I could scavenge a lampshade, almost like an Anglepoise lampshade, to go on the end.
Yeah.
That might work.
Perfect. Sounds good.
In order for me to make a profit, is there any way you can get it done for, say, 250?
It's quite a gamble with this because the steel is slightly tricky to work. So what I can say is we could do £250 worth of work and see, try to do at least one and see where we get with that. And obviously, if it's quite smooth running, no burns, then we can attempt to do another one.
Great, I'll leave you to get on with it. If you can make one, I'd be really pleased. More than one, that would be excellent.
Okay, perfect. Leave it with me. See you later.
Bye.
Finish my apple now.
Sarah's putting Bex under an awful lot of pressure.
Wish me luck.
If Bex can get it done for 250 or under, Sarah's on track to make a chunk of money. But there's also the light fittings to budget in, and they could start eating into the profit. So, with 2 items safely in the capable hands of Rupert and Bex, it's time for Sarah to get to work. And she's taking her item back to her cottage/workshop in the Sussex countryside,
She's been running off and trying to go and see the new lambs in the field.
where she's got guard dog Bramble watching over the money-making Monopoly sets. At ease, Bramble.
This is my Monopoly moment. I've just looked at it. Look, it's an American one. I didn't notice that when I saw it the other day. Baltic Avenue and Mediterranean Avenue. Oh, that's quite cool. I've never seen a US one before. I had a quick look at these pieces the other day and I was wondering why it had a jockey in it, because I've never seen one of those before, but that must be the American version.
Sarah's decided to ditch the American board and focus her attention on the little metal pieces. But what to do with them?
I was thinking that we should be able to turn these into jewellery, and I've done a bit of research, and I think for a dozen pieces I'm looking at roughly £30 to £40 to get them plated in silver. Maybe if I can turn a dozen of them into something to wear as a pendant, I think that maybe we might get £15, £20 each. So over £200 worth of profit potentially here. Now that has got to be a surprise after just chucking out a Monopoly set at the tip.
It was actually the niece of Charles Darrow, the accredited inventor of Monopoly, who came up with the idea of using charms from a girl's charm bracelet as the Monopoly pieces, way back in the 1930s. So really, Sarah's repurposing them back to their original purpose, kind of. Having objects silver-plated can be done by mail order, and so is quick and easy and relatively cheap to do. But before they're shipped off to be silver-plated, Sarah's drilling holes in them so that chains can be threaded through to make necklaces or bracelets.
Don't look what I'm doing with the dog.
Ouch! The poor dog's getting the rough end of the stick. Don't look, Bramble!
So these are my 14 fabulous pieces. So I'm really pleased with these, and I think they'll make lovely charms. And I'm going to get them all silver-plated, including the jockey, to make a little memento for Eric, just in case we don't make any money out of this at all.
With just £30 to £40 of silver plating to budget in, if Sarah sells them all, she could be laughing all the way to the bank. Back in Margate, Rupert has started drawing up blueprints for his transforming, multi-purpose, metamorphic library steps. And if you think that sounds difficult, remember, he's only got those ladders to work with. Rupert starts this mathematical mind melter by taking the ladders apart.
It's falling apart very easily.
He unscrews the hinges to see the raw materials he has to work with.
So now it's not a ladder anymore. It's going on to its new life as a multifunctional piece of furniture.
With the very detailed blueprints drawn up, he prepares to start cutting. But one miscalculation and the whole thing could be ruined.
It's taken quite a while to work out the exact perfect angle I need to cut. So I've only got one chance of getting this right. Once it's cut, and I can't just glue it back together.
Rupert's using a circular saw with an all-important guide rail. This ensures accuracy to within a millimetre, setting the precise depth and angle at which the wood is cut. Timber!
A little while ago that was a ladder, and now it's a pile of bits. I think I'm going the right way. I'm not entirely sure yet. There's a lot of complicated angles and cuts to make. Yeah, there's still a lot of problem solving to do.
Well, you'd better get a move on. There's 2 of them to do, remember?
Somehow, this needs to now flip together. This is a tricky bit. Somehow, this has got to work through 2 angles, which hinges generally don't do.
It all hinges on this. Will Rupert's calculations match up and make fold-away furniture? Yeah, I can kind of see where he's going with this, but it's a long way from something I'd pay a few £100 for.
It all will be revealed.
Well, I, for one, cannot wait. Back in Surrey, Bex is making a start on uncoiling that coiled spring, soon-to-be floor lamp.
Twist it. That's it.
Bex's partner in grime is husband Dave, who'll be helping out. To make it malleable, they have to heat it in a furnace to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Then they have to gradually beat out the bends on the end of an anvil.
It's just really awkward, the shape, isn't it?
They only have a short window before the spring needs to be heated again, and again, and again.
It's collapsing on itself, so we need to open it out.
High carbon steel is notoriously hard to keep in one piece when heated, so they'll have to be careful.
Oh, wait.
With progress slow and hot, after an hour of hammering, Bex decides on a different tactic.
We're just gonna unravel the middle bit and then the end bit, and then we'll take it next door and do it on the fire bit so it's slower and stuff. But yeah, it's tough.
Bex and Dave retreat to the relative peace and quiet of their own workshop.
Gone deaf. Well, that was fun.
Once the spring is straightened, they're hoping to recreate the elegant curve of a classic mid-century lamp. But even after all that hammering, there's still a lot to do.
We need to have this finished today, don't we?
And Bex and Dave are feeling the pressure.
We have to make sure we don't get it too hot so it just breaks.
And just as they're making some progress, the spring has snapped.
First disaster.
With time running out and now 2 pieces of metal, it's back to the drawing board. Or chalk table. Or whatever.
So keep the spring in the middle. I mean, we're going to have to now get that together. And then, yeah, it's got that spring detail.
By keeping the coils at the end of the springs as a feature, it may save some time. But how to repair that break?
I know.
Oh, that was quick.
So we'll turn that into a little feature. So we'll have about 3 rivets there. So I guess it's, you know, it gives it an industrial look and it covers up our mistake. So nobody will know.
Brilliant. But before Bex can rivet the pieces together, there's still an awful lot of unravelling to do. Once the coil is flat enough, Bex can turn to the power hammer to take on some of the bashing. A blacksmith's best friend for over 100 years. Without it, they would probably keel over from exhaustion and have biceps like bulldozers.
It's not bad shape from up here.
But then, some of the work still needs good old-fashioned brute force.
Dave, I think I need your body weight.
Get in there, Dave, you brute. After a whole morning of unravelling, Bex and Dave are spent. With still a lot to do, they decide to tackle the rest in the morning after a well-deserved rest.
We've got to cut ourselves off, you know, now, because we're sort of running into our critical time, you know, so, yeah. We need fresh eyes now, because it's got to look nice.
Back at the barn, Sarah's been eagerly awaiting the return of her Monopoly pieces.
Bramble? I've got posts, look, this one's for you. Come on.
Sarah didn't use the Monopoly boards, but sent the pieces off in the post to a specialist silver plating firm, who hopefully have made them sparkle.
I've got my Monopoly bits. I'm really excited about these. I've asked for them to be really well dipped in silver, so they should look shiny.
In the end, Sarah spent £65 silver plating all 14 pieces, but that's still less than a £5 a head.
Oh, wow.
Or hat, I suppose.
Look at them, look.
Luckily, they look $1 million.
Now that's cute. Look at the Scotty dog. And they are so shiny. They've been dipped and finished really well. Is that it? Last boot. I think they look great. Question is, how much can I sell them for?
Sarah's attaching metal hoops to the pre-drilled holes, which a chain or bracelet can then easily be threaded through.
I think they look really good. So I'm hoping that people buy at least one to hang as a necklace, but you could get loads and put them on a bracelet. But I'm going to price them individually.
Because Sarah's going to give the little jockey charm back to Eric, she has 13 pieces to try to make a profit on. Back at the dump, Eric was ready to say goodbye to his daughter's childhood board games.
Can I have a quick look?
I've come to a point where I like to let things go.
But Sarah saw a potential in its little counters
Oh my word, you've got hundreds of bits there.
and formed a plan to make some money from them.
Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm glad that you can recycle them. I prefer to recycle anything.
With a metal makeover, the pieces are ready to be sold. But with 13 of them to shift, Sarah's taken them online. Monopoly is available in 111 countries, so she's bound to find some fans of board game jewellery there. That's them listed, so it's game on. Sarah's back in Stockport to hand over the profits to Eric. That is, if she managed to shift enough of them to cover the silver plating costs.
Hi there, Eric. Hi, it's Sarah from the Tip.
Hello, Sarah.
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah, very well, very well.
All right.
Thank you so much for meeting up again today. And
Yeah.
you remember we took your Monopoly set from the Tip. Did you think about what we might do with it?
I thought you were going to make a charm out of it.
That's exactly what happened. And I've got some pictures here to show you. There they are in the end.
Wow. Absolutely amazed. That is fantastic. I just can't get over that.
So we sold them at a profit, and I've got that for you today.
No, you can give it to the charity.
Well, do you know something? I'm going to give it to you and see which charity, if you want to give it to charity,
It will
then...
go to cancer, because I'm in remission.
Oh,
and,
really?
We pay every month, we give every month to cancer.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. I'm really pleased that your Monopoly pieces have helped towards that cause. And as a little memento, I don't know if you remember this fellow, but I bought him for you. He wasn't easy to make into a charm, so I thought something for you to remember your Monopoly set by. He's silver-plated, the little horseman from the American...
treasure it. I can't get over that.
With all 13 sold at 10 quid each, once you take off £65 worth of silver plating, Eric's walking away £65 richer.
It was lovely to catch up with you
Thank
again
you
and hear
very
your
much.
story
Thank you
and
very much.
keep up the fundraising. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
we do. Look at, we're very lucky.
I'm so pleased I took a chance on that Monopoly set. I think Eric loved that little horseman, and that tiny bit of profit we made, that's going to a charity that means a lot to him.
So, Sarah's back in Margate to see how Rupert's got on with his metamorphic furniture.
Making metamorphic furniture is going to be tricky at the best of times. Making it out of a pair of old ladders, that must be nearly impossible. I'm here to see if Rupert's actually managed to nail it.
Last time Sarah saw them, they were tired old ladders. But now, they're still ladders. But what's that? Ah, you just managed one set.
Well, I spent quite a lot of time working out how to make a ladder into a chair, so I haven't really got much time left to work on this now.
Oh, don't blame yourself. It was a tall order asking you to do both. I'm sure Sarah will be just as happy with one.
Oh, I don't know. What should I do?
Sorry, Rupert. I think your time's up on this.
Hey, Sarah. Hello. How you doing?
Really well, lovely to see you.
I've got something for you. I've only got half of what I wanted to get ready for you, but this is it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I can still see a ladder and a chair.
This one was weird, but it's taken so much experimentation to get it right. I have run out of time this time, I'm afraid. But you know the way I work, I like to use exactly what you gave me, and with this one I added a couple more screws, and literally I've got one piece of ladder left.
That's what you get when you have Rupert Blanchard. You get nothing left.
I added the arms from the metal rail. If you remember, on the top of the ladder there was a metal rail.
Does it actually work? Does it metamorphosize?
It does, yeah. Shall I flip it over for you?
Definitely.
Who would have believed it? It's incredible. Well, he is a designer with a lot of fantastic ideas. But one instead of two means less profit. Let's hope he won't be budgeting in all that thinking time too.
At the end of our creative chat, when we were sort of going for this metamorphic stuff, we said it was probably a couple of £100 per ladder. I know you haven't done the other one. Are we looking at 200 quid for this, or is it a bit more?
Yeah, I think we're well within the 200 mark. It's taken some time, but it's come well within that. I've bought one can of paint and a few screws. That's all well within the budget.
Before, they were ladders needing a step up. But now they're metamorphic library steps. Rupert planned this design with such precision, every cut, joint, hinge and nail had to be exactly right, or the entire piece would have fallen apart. The modern yellow midsection ties together the piece's two functions while keeping the paint splatter effect to tell the story of Mike and Judith's Magnolia moment. It's amazing, but will someone pay more than 200 quid for it? Back at the dump,
There's a ladder just coming up here, so I'd really like to take a look at that.
Sarah pounced on Mike and Judith's paint-splattered ladders.
Some terracotta in it, yeah.
Yeah, look.
Terracotta.
And when a second set turned up, she knew they had the potential to turn them into something special.
She might be able to strip them down and revarnish them, but it need a bit of patience.
And although Rupert only managed one set of library steps, they were brilliant. Sarah invited one of London's top retro design furniture dealers in to see if it would be something that would sell in his shop. And
it won't fly out the door, but someone's going to love it.
He bought it. Sarah is back in Stockport to hand over the profit to Mike and Judith.
Hi there.
Hi.
Lovely to see you again.
Yes, you too.
How are you?
Yes, oh, we're fine. Nice to see you.
And you, and
Yes.
you. Lovely day, isn't it?
It is.
I've got a bit of an update about the ladders that you dropped off. So I've got some pictures and things to show you. In the end, we actually ended up only using one because they were quite tricky to work with. We have a fantastic maker called Rupert Blanchard, and he was really enthusiastic about them, had a few different ideas, but in the end, he transformed them into... It's a chair. But it's not only a chair, it's actually a metamorphic chair. So it changes from substantial sitting piece back into a step ladder again.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
That's really clever.
And we've actually sold it as well. We managed to make £100 profit on
Wow.
it. And that £100 is for you.
Well, that's
Thank you very
fantastic.
much,
That's
yeah.
unbelievable.
Any ideas what you might do with £100?
Well, it was my late aunt's ladder, and she had lots of charities that were very close to her heart, so it might go to one of those, or we could treat the family to a drink and a
curry.
Well, thank you ever so much for letting me come back and show you
Yeah.
what happened, and I hope you enjoy spending your money.
Thank
That was lovely.
You will do it right. Okay.
Take care, okay,
Thanks very
bye-bye.
Spending on costs and materials transforming Mike and Judith's ladder came in at £200. The metamorphic chair sold for £300, meaning Mike and Judith are stepping out with £100 profit. While Mike and Judith decide what to spend their money on, back in Sussex, Bex and Dave are clearing up for Sarah's arrival.
A tidy workshop is a happy workshop.
Before, the rusty springs may not have been fit for a car. But now they can drive a hard bargain. The elegant curve of the overhanging lamp is balanced at the base with polished concrete weighed precisely to keep the structure stable. Bex has added details mirroring the spring's original shape to hold the cable flex onto the frame, and the metal is finished with jade oil to reduce tarnishing. All in all, it's as far away from its original use as you could imagine.
I hear Sarah's on her way, so I'm very keen to find out what she thinks of it, so fingers crossed.
Well, because we've worked our guts out on this one, we'll probably go, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi. How you doing?
Where is it then? Oh my word. It's fantastic. I love it. Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Well, you touch it. I'm too scared. You do.
Come on, it won't break. Again, give it a wobble.
It's not lost its spring at all.
How about you?
No, well, I'm really pleased with it now.
I love the fact it's still got that reference to where it came from.
Yeah, exactly.
And up here, that is really sweet.
Yeah.
Amazing. And this bit.
Do you think you'll be able to sell it? Do you think it's a nice, a nice product?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
How did we do on budget? Because I think I only left you with 200 quid, but that was before we talked about you finishing it like this.
We had to spend £50 extra on the concrete, and then what was the light fittings altogether? Was that about 40? Because it was like an extra £90 on top of that.
If that's, 300 quid's worth of cost, I think you've done a great job. Because that scale of lighting and that kind of finish has got to be worth a lot more than that, hasn't it?
I get the impression that Bex and Dave will be glad to see the back of this one. Now, all Sarah has to do is find someone to pay more than $290 for it, and she's in the money.
That was good.
Yeah.
Went well.
She seemed to like it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I'm really glad. No tears.
Onwards and upwards, eh?
Back at the dump, Sarah sprung into action when she got a look inside Andrew's boot.
Have they just come off this then?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what keeps the car on the road, basically.
Andrew and his car had a special relationship.
She's an absolute baby.
But he was happy for Sarah to take its old springs and try something.
Well, she had thought she'd have a coffee table or something like that, and there's something to bounce about on, I suppose, but...
That something became a bespoke standing lamp. Sarah knew that Martin would also be keen on this, and so dropped it off at his London shop. Sarah's back in Stockport to give Andrew the good news. Martin loved the lamp. But how much did he love it?
Hiya. Hi.
Hiya.
Andrew, it's Sarah. Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Come outside and talk to me about your fantastic Jaguar.
I could talk about that all day long, unfortunately.
Is it your pride and joy?
It is, it's absolutely fantastic.
So when you came to the tip with your springs, and we took them from you, did you then think about anything we might make with them?
Not really. I'd assume you could make a small table or something like that.
I have a great designer that I've worked with before called Beck Simon. We had a quick chat about the design and what we might be able to make out of them, and we actually came up with the idea of making a large lamp, a really high-end interior design piece.
I think it's amazing. I must admit, I'm gobsmacked. I really am. It's brilliant.
We gave them £290 to convert that from your spring, and we've actually sold it.
Right.
So we sold it for £450.
Wow.
Which means I have £160 to give to you.
Thank you. Wow. That's not bad for now, is it?
So have you got any ideas about what you might spend 160 quid on?
I'm going to take the family out for a meal.
Lovely. That's so nice.
£290 was spent on work and materials, transforming the springs to a standing lamp. It sold for £450, meaning Andrew is cruising off with the £160 profit. Every item saved from the tip has turned a profit. From the paint-spattered ladders, now a terrific transforming chair, to the old car suspension springs reworked as a stunning contemporary lamp. And silver plating the Monopoly pieces was a chance worth taking.
It is such a good feeling. There's all that rummaging and then the designing and the selling, but the icing on the cake is the look on people's faces when you hand them over money for nothing.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That is the most fabulous thing I've seen here. This is so exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love rifling through the rubbish.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Hello, hello.
What have you got today?
I want to do what's right for this piece of rubbish.
She can transform her finds into desirable.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Speechless.
Valuable.
You're joking.
And hopefully saleable items.
You always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Wow!
Today, Sarah is at Whitley Community Recycling Centre in Surrey. Every day, up to 400 cars arrive here laden with junk for the tip. But much of it could be reused instead of landing headfirst in the skip. Thankfully, Sarah's here to retrieve rubbish from this wonderful world of waste.
Some people like going designer shopping, others go and play golf. But for me, this is where it's at. I'm in the department store for rubbish, and all I've got to do is find the treasure in the trash.
With a team of skilled designers waiting in the wings, Sarah has special permission to be scouring through car boots looking for 3 items that once revamped and sold will produce a payout for the person dumping them.
Bring it down, I'm here all day.
I like the look of your chest.
Yeah.
That's a loaded remark, isn't it?
Come on, Sarah, keep your mind on the job. Enter Richard and some interesting looking doors.
Hi there.
Hello.
I like your doors.
Well, they didn't fit.
Oh, really?
So that's an
Is
old
that
one. That's an old one.
Okay.
That's one that came out.
Right.
That was the moulded door I got.
So it's not as good a quality as the old one then?
No, but the old one wobbled.
Well, do you know something? It might just be to my advantage. I'm looking for stuff that I might be able to recycle or make into something else. And your solid door might be just the thing.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome to have it.
I'm thinking it looks like it might make a great table or...
A
You've got a
table?
lot- yeah.
Well, let's get the...
That's really cool. I would love if I could take it away and see if I can make something from it.
Yeah. So it actually looks a lot nicer without the paint on it.
It's really solid. It weighs a lot more than the new one. I can see lots of potential just because it's so solid and it's really big, which gives me plenty to work with.
But what does Richard think?
You see, thinking of it from my perspective, I can see turning it into sort of trestle and using it as a workbench. That's what I would do. But my shed's not big enough.
Now I've really picked it up. It's really heavy. There's a lot of good quality wood there. That's fantastic. I'll definitely do something with that. Haven't got anything else in there then that needs
Yeah,
to
I've got a
like...
vintage BT home hub that I don't need. Do you want that?
Fine.
No, the sun lounge is not going. That's on its way to my allotment.
Always worth asking, but on this occasion, Sarah will just have to make do with the old door.
I'm going to break the door.
If she manages to take it away in one piece, she'll certainly have her work cut out with this old timber. But she does have someone in mind who can help. Rupert Blanchard is a sought-after furniture maker based in Margate.
Design-wise, I love making things that appear really clean and simple, but the cleaner and simpler they get, the more complicated they are to make.
Rupert's furniture designs command a premium price which belie their humble beginnings.
Basically, other people's waste, I find some kind of beauty in it and spend a lot of time and give rubbish a lot of attention to try and bring it back into use. Anything that you might find in a skip, basically, I'm happy to work with it.
That's music to my ears. This old door, which Sarah's been given by Richard, fits that bill perfectly. So, Sarah's rescued one item from the skip, but has two more to find. Unfortunately, she's spotted something it's too late to save.
That is hundreds of pounds worth of lamp over there.
Sarah, you should know better than to eye up the stuff that's strictly out of bounds. Anyway, it's not as if it's quiet. There's no end to the rubbish that's pouring in just now. And in no time, Sarah's on to her second catch. It seems skip visitor Stoyan is about to dump something special.
These are really cool.
Yeah.
So you're throwing them today?
Yes, I don't need them.
Stoyan has had enough of trying to glue his broken dining chairs back together, but Sarah can see promise in these pews.
I think they look lovely. How many have you got?
I got a 3 just.
3. Lovely.
Okay.
They're really cool. I love the shape.
That's fine. It's all yours.
Really? I'm so pleased that you didn't put them in the tip. So
okay.
Thank you so much. These lovely old chairs are going to be made marvellous again. I've got a maker in mind to restore them, and I think I'm sitting on a fortune. Thank you so much.
You never know. Someone's rubbish is somebody's gold. So if you need something and you can use that, you're welcome.
So item 2 is all set for a spruce up, and Sarah knows the perfect craftsman to overhaul these classic chairs. Jay Blades is a builder turned philosophy graduate turned furniture restorer. Jay has his finger on the pulse of modern design interiors, reworking the very best of British craftsmanship and bringing it into the 21st century.
I've always had a passion for the kind of heritage that the British designers have produced over the years. Traditionalists would love to keep it as it is, but to be reintroduced into the market, I like to just add a bit of colour and add something a bit quirky. I really enjoy adding my bit and not necessarily worried about other people's reactions. It's more about do I like it? If I like it, then it's good.
The 3 rickety stick-back chairs are a perfect project for Jay. But after all Stoyan's repairs, will he be able to stick them back together again? Sarah's successfully secured 2 items for Rupert and Jay's talents, but now she needs to search for a third piece of jettisoned junk she can renovate herself.
Is there anything you fancy in there?
But the pickings are looking slim.
What's in the box?
Shiver me timbers, some treasure on the horizon, or at least somewhere to store it.
So what is it about the domed captain's trunk in the back of the car there that I find so exciting? I just don't know if it's being dropped off or if somebody's keeping it. But here's the guy coming now.
The chest looks very old, and it could be a great opportunity for Sarah to make some real profit for its owner, Richard.
Sorry to bother you, I was just wondering, is that something you're dropping off today?
Yep.
That looks amazing. Have you just had enough of it? What, is there a story behind it?
There is actually. It's my wife's grandmother's.
Right.
So there's a bit of a story actually.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know what she used to do with him.
And she didn't go abroad, or did she always live in this country? Do you know anything like that, or?
She went travelling when she was about 85, 90. So
Oh,
that's
really?
all. Yeah.
So it's probably. I bet she didn't use one of these.
I don't think
did
she used
she?
that then. No, no, no.
Okay.
She was quite. Unfortunately, I never met her, but she was apparently
She sounds
very.
quite spirited.
Yes.
Does it open? Does
Yeah,
it still?
I think so. Just one of the hinges is broken, but yeah.
I think that is absolutely beautiful. And I totally understand why you might have finished with it, but is it something that maybe I could take away and try and restore or do something with?
Yeah.
Yeah? You wouldn't mind?
Rather than let's throw it away.
Although it's not a treasure chest, Sarah can see some good money in it for Richard and his family by saving it from the crusher.
I really honestly don't know how much it would be worth. I've never seen anything like that, so no idea.
This is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. It's in real original condition, and it would fit into a smart country house anywhere around here.
Sarah's search for the 3 items is complete. Rupert will knock the old white door into shape. The 3 chairs are going to furniture designer Jay, and the empty chest will be treasured and given a new life by Sarah.
I love the things that I've saved today, but the real question is, can I actually make any money out of them?
Margate is a seaside town on the coast of Kent. Like Brighton and Southend, Margate was infamous for clashes between mods and rockers in the 1960s. Fortunately, it's now well known for the Turner Contemporary Art Gallery and its very own burgeoning vintage clothing and retro furniture scene. It's also home to Rupert Blanchard, who's one of the country's leading reclamation and bespoke furniture makers. And he's used to dealing with Sarah's wild and wacky dump treasure.
I'm really looking forward to Sarah turning up. I don't know what she's actually turning up with. I'm hoping that it's going to be something that I'm actually familiar with slightly, maybe wood, maybe a little bit of metal on it. If it's mass production or bespoke, if it's rotten or brand new, happy to sort of apply my own skills to it and play with it, basically. I just want to get on with it.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
I'm a bit embarrassed. It's only a door.
It's a door, it's great. The door's good. Let's bring it in then.
Fab. Here, you take that hand.
One objective down then. Recognise that straight away.
Is a door great?
They are great if you've got a gaping wide opening at the front of your house.
It's quite heavy. Solid, isn't it?
Oh, it's a pine door.
That's what I thought.
It's a Victorian pine door.
That got left in the garden.
Okay. This one's really quite square, quite solid. Doesn't seem to have much rot to it. Nice little metal keyhole cover. We could incorporate that into something. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a dressing table for some reason.
So, dressing table. What are you thinking? Mirror in the top, or is what are you thinking?
Well, it's always been straight all of its life. I'd like to make it a little bit more curvy. That might mean a lot of cutting, a lot of making it. It was always stood up straight. Maybe giving it a nice slinky little bend round. So It's perhaps a lower table, turns round, goes up slightly, so you can sit against it and, you know, have it either a tiny little work table or a dressing table.
A slinky dresser, for somebody who's a slinky dresser perhaps. But how much is this transformation likely to cost?
I'd like to get this done in a day. I would like this done and keep this one simple, keep it clean, but keep it quite abstract and sculptural. And so, yeah, in total, no more than 2 days.
That's fine. I think if we signed it off like that, that we're up to kind of 400 quid on it. If there's a bit less than that, that's great. That might mean something more for the guy who dropped it off. So if we keep it to that kind of ballpark, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with this. It's going to be quite a sculptural challenge, quite a interesting thing. I think it won't be to everyone's taste, this one, but I think we're going to do something new that people haven't seen before with this one.
So from distressed door to pop art dressing table, that boy is a genius.
With costs of up to £400 to transform this old door into a slinky pop art mirrored dressing table, the pressure will really be on Sarah to sell it for a premium price if she's to return a profit. Sarah's next stop on her wander is Wolverhampton in the West Midlands. It's here in the Victorian backstreets that retro-modern craftsman Jay plies his trade. Sarah's about to turn up with Stoyan's unmendable chairs. But will Jay be able to give them a lick of new life?
All she's told me is just something that's beaten up and it's a bit broken and I'm going to have to work my magic on it. Normally my style is repairing stuff and then adding a bit of je ne sais quoi to it. For me, colour is a must. And hopefully, whatever Sarah's bringing along to me today, I'm going to add colour to it.
How are you?
I'm very good. I can't complain. What have you got today?
I've got something really special today. Look at these.
I can see that. I can see that. That is, whoops. They need some work, don't they?
They do need work.
These scrappy seats are actually classic British Urkel dining chairs that were built at their factory in High Wycombe in the 1960s.
These are one of the creme de la creme of our English designers and English manufacturers that are still functioning in today. A lot of people want Urkel because it is the go-to kind of manufacturer to have. So someone to be throwing these away, it's kind of interesting, I would say. But it's very rare that you come across someone wanting to throw away Urkel. Very, very rare.
The guy dropping these off, he said he'd bought them from the car boot. He had given up mending them because they weren't in a great state and he just didn't want to see them anymore because this one definitely seen better days and the others are weak. So, yeah, I thought that they just looked so cool. I love the colour about them, but they need that special touch, Jay.
Yeah, they do. They need a bit more than a special touch. They do need repairing. So what we've got is glue that someone's tried to glue them with. And the one thing glue doesn't stick to is glue. So I'll have to remove all of that glue. This is coming out as well.
No. I'm hoping that the state of them wasn't too bad. And then I thought, you know, you are the go-to man for Urkel. I've seen the kind of fresh new look that you've put on some of their pieces. And I'm sort of wondering, you know, how much colour we can introduce them and if that's all right to paint them. I
think that adding some colour is not going to be too detrimental to the design of this piece. I will introduce colour, but I won't overdo the colour on these. It will be very modestly done. I do love these pieces, so I can't wait to start working on them, actually.
You know what my next question is going to be?
It's going to be money.
Money, money, money.
£50 each.
That's a deal.
OK, cool. I'll best get to work then.
The total cost of renovating the 3 chairs will be £150. Sarah will need to find the right buyer if she's to turn a profit on these. So, with 2 items dropped off and hopefully on their way to be saved and sold, it's Sarah's turn to get stuck in back at the Reclamation HQ in Sussex. And at her barn, she's hoping to turn Richard's chest into valuable treasure. But sometimes it's difficult to get started.
The dog's run off again. Right, I'm just going to go and put it in the house. Come with me. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
But preparation is everything.
The dog is under no control. It just does whatever it likes. It's a nightmare.
Bramble may be a nightmare, but the chest Sarah's saved might be what dreams are made of.
Actually, I hadn't remembered how it was on the inside. It is a lot better than I remembered, so that's quite cool. I probably won't even have to line it. It's in good nick.
Ah, treasure.
It's got a bicycle clip in it. Look at that. That means it's at least 50 years old, because nobody uses those anymore.
More like 150 years old.
And a sweet. Nice.
The mother lode, a good omen for turning a big profit.
The metalwork and the binding on the trunk is in really poor condition, and that is going to affect how much money I can get for it. So my plan is to try and take as much of the rust and the surface dirt off as possible, and hopefully stabilise it so it's something I can wax to make it look much more attractive than it does at the moment. It's going to need a lot of elbow grease to get this together.
With grease applied, it takes Sarah just half an hour to remove what looks like more than a century of filth.
That's great. It's missing its clasp here, look. Should have one of those on this side, but that's missing.
It seems this trunk also comes with a lot of baggage.
Quite recently, somebody's put a couple of screws in here just to hold the hinge on. So I need to find out how big they are and go and get some better ones, hopefully with some sort of rounded top to them. Looks like they were hammered in before, so I'm not going to be able to do that again.
All of the polishing is beginning to pay off, and Sarah's starting to get a hunch that this chest could be quite valuable.
What I might do is just take a picture of it and pop it on social media. I'd like to know how old it is, if anybody's seen one like it, particularly if anybody's sold one before and knows how much it might be worth.
Now, did you know the inventor of the door knocker won the Nobel Prize? Taxi for me, please. Talking of doors...
Sarah brought me this old door, which she saved, and I want to make a kind of console table / dressing table. I could find that it just collapses, it falls apart when I cut through it, especially because there are cracks running through the panels, but I won't really know until I do start cutting it up.
It's a bit worrying that the success of this project could all hinge on a few cracks.
I want to make sure that I'm cutting the shelf to the right level, and this thing doesn't exist yet. I don't know what level it needs to be. I'm not copying another piece of furniture, so there is no standard to go by. There's no rule book, so I can't really go wrong.
Confident, that's what we like to hear.
It's quite hard for me to cut this door. It's quite upsetting, but it is a knackered door that was on its way to landfill, so I'm gonna give it a new lease of life.
Upsetting it may be, but just think how satisfying it may be bringing that door back from death's door.
The cuts that I'm making through this door, they're not going to be straight through, they're going to be at 45 degrees, so I can join it to the next section door seamlessly as one flowing line. I don't want ugly joints just flat against each other. I want to make this nice, smooth, flowing line. Hopefully, I've sliced straight through at 45 degrees and it won't fall apart, but we shall see. No, not quite.
Well, the good news is it's not fallen apart.
Oh, not quite through.
By cutting this door in half, Rupert's turning this into a do. That's half a door.
I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts to this door. Hopefully 6 cuts is all we're going to need. So this little centre section can disappear, and that means that I should be able to fold the door together now. But you kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve, to to make it appear as if the door has actually folded up on itself.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
I'm still experimenting at this stage. I'm just trying to work out the piece of furniture that, at the moment, it only exists in my head. Yeah, it won't just levitate.
Nobody said anything about levitation. Once mastered, that's bound to raise the value. And in Wolverhampton, Jay's still purring over the Urquhart chairs.
These are a stick-back chair. I think they originated in the 1960s, and this is classified as the Urquhart's originals. British manufacturing, what I say at its best. Sexiest leg in furniture, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Looks good, holds the seat up, perfect form. This is a part of English history, and I'm just adding my little bit of to it.
Although Sarah brought 3 chairs for Jay, he's decided that one of them's too far gone. So he'll use the 3rd one for spare parts for the other 2.
All of these have to be sanded down, and that's all of the sticks, including this bit here. That is kind of like water damage on there. So it will be interesting to see if that has gone through and I can't clean it off. What I might then have to do is just paint this. So the design, what I've got in my mind, is determined by what the chair unravels to me.
And unravelling before our very eyes is Jay's plan for the colours.
So you imagine a light chair, like that colour, with black, and then with a hint of that, and those work. So I'm quite happy with that, actually. All it means is that I've just got to do loads of sanding.
Sanding down ingrained stains is one of the biggest jobs of any furniture restoration. And it will reveal to Jay just how much of the wood he'll have to paint over.
The wet white actually gives a true indication of what the wood would look like once it's finished. And then it will show kind of all of the imperfections that are there. So it's almost like getting a dry run of how it's going to look.
And although most of the wood is fine, a small number of ingrained stains means this part of the chair will need to be painted.
Now this is going to look the bee's knees. I could see a really vibrant mint green. I might just do one leg at the back, but everything else black and just that one leg. And then these I'm probably going to have to paint. This might be black as well. So it would just, it's going to look amazing.
Back at her house, the photo Sarah took of the old trunk has generated some results. She's been directed to a website that deals specifically with travelling chests like Richard's wife's grandmother's.
So there's all sorts of different trunks on here, but basically it's a dome top antique trunk, and it looks like it might be American or continental. It doesn't look like it's British. So, and probably 1870, something like that, are the similar ones that are coming up on here. And wow, some of them are as much as $3,000 a trunk that look just like our one. I mean, the condition of ours is not great, but we might be talking as much as £1,000 for that trunk. And that will be amazing.
Sarah's success is measured in sales, and she always seeks out the best opportunities to maximise profits. Hosting regularly her own furniture and clothing sales from home.
Just sold the sofa.
Advertising and selling online.
Get that online.
Or meeting commercial buyers in person to sell direct.
Seeing this is really refreshing, and it's good. People are going to want more of it. It's going to grow, this thing, I think, that you're doing.
With opportunities galore in the things we throw out, Sarah's always looking to make money for nothing. So Richard's wife's grandmother's old trunk went on one more journey from the garage to the dump.
That looks amazing.
She went travelling when she was about 85, 90. So
Oh,
that's
really?
all, yeah.
So it's probably, I bet she didn't use one of these,
I don't think
did
she used
you?
that then, no.
and after sitting in the garage for years, Sarah took it to the barn to rejuvenate it.
That looks a lot better.
And after some detailed research, she discovered it's possibly an American traveller's trunk from the 19th century that she could sell for a very healthy profit for Richard. Back at the house, there's been a change of heart. Knock, knock. Hattie, Richard's wife, is finding it difficult to say goodbye to her grandmother's chest.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi, come on
Hi,
in.
I'm Hattie.
Hattie, come on in.
And Sarah has invited her over to take a look at what she's been up to.
There you are. Do you recognise that?
Remember, Megan?
The chest now looks fit to store treasure, and Sarah's able to give Hattie a bit of history on it.
I think it was probably something around 1850, 1875, something like that, so quite old. And some people are suggesting that it's an American trunk, so I don't know if there was any connection with where it came from with that kind of travel, but probably not English.
Yeah, just a really fun sort of oldie piece.
It's, well worth hanging on to, I think. Do you like it?
The chest did once feature prominently in Richard and Hattie's home, but when they started a family, it was put aside.
When we had Megan, as soon as she was mobile, I was just really concerned about having it in the house because I thought with the metal edge, I was just worried if she lifts it up, it could literally, chop her fingers off. So that's when it went into our garage, which unfortunately is a bit damp, and that's when it sort of got into a bad way.
But with even the briefest of clean-ups, the chest has been given a new lease of life.
It's literally had half a go at being sanded, and I think that if you wanted to use some wire wool on it or a wire brush, it would actually come up, really quite well. So, and inside, all we've done is just given it a really good dust out, but it's in really good condition inside anyway.
What can you see?
Sarah can see that Hattie never really wanted to lose this precious item and wants her to have it back.
Should we take it with us, Chloe?
Yeah.
That would be great, thank you.
I think it's quite heavy, isn't it? It's got wheels on the bottom, which is a really good feature if you really want to move it around.
Hattie and Richard almost got rid of the chest at the dump, but thankfully this family heirloom is going back home, and for safety's sake, it won't be used as a toy box.
There you go. Well, that's fantastic. Do you think that'll fit? Brilliant. I am so pleased it's going back home. That's sweet.
Really...
Oh, that is really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Safe trip home, and I'm glad it's going home.
Thanks very much.
That's a pleasure. Isn't that sweet? That's so nice that it's actually gone home. A very sweet ending.
From one sweet ending to another, Sarah's back in Margate, where Rupert is adding the finishing touches to the pop art dressing table made from an old pine door.
Every time I come down and see Rupert, I get such a surprise. I don't know how that genius mind works, but everything he turns out is just really special. So today, it's a console dressing table made out of a door. Who knows what that's going to look like?
When Sarah saved it from the dump, it was a simple pine door which had seen better days. Rupert's given it an imaginative uplift and a new purpose in life as a quirky console table. It looks like it's having a good old knees up and will add bags of character to someone's hallway.
Rupert, hi.
Hey Sarah, come
How
in.
are you doing?
Good, good. Back again, I see, for another weird contraption.
Oh, Rupert, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's an odd one, this one. I was really worried about you turning up because I think you'd either hate it or kind of love it. Essentially, I've tried to make a hallway console table, somewhere just to put your keys, put your gloves on the side. So I've actually added a new piece of architrave around it. When I say new, I pulled that out of a skip. It matches the period of the door. I had that mirror kicking around in the warehouse. It's of the same period as the door.
I love the fact if it goes on a wall, it's going to add so much detail, and it's just so simple, and that is why it's brilliant.
Yeah, I really wanted to keep it simple. I'm really always interested in the history of pieces, and to me, flaking paint and different colours really tells the story of this previous home.
So I think that we said the budget on this was £200 to £400. How did we get on with that?
I haven't spent so much time on it, and luckily I haven't had to spend much money on it. I'd be happy to let you have this for around the 200 mark. That'd be no problem.
With £200 worth of budget, I should be able to make a profit on it. So thank you. I think it's gorgeous, and there's a wall in my house that definitely needs one of these.
So, with Sarah made up with the makeup checking mirrored console table, all she has to do now is find a new home for it.
Wow, the beauty in that design is all about its simplicity. It's such a clever idea, and it's so functional. It's a door, now it's a console for a hall. It's brilliant, and I'm hoping that that should make it pretty easy to sell.
Who would have thought back in the dump in Whitley that Richard's ill-fitting door would gain a new lease of life as a console table?
I can see turning it into sort of trestle and using it as a workbench. That's what I would do. But my shed's not big enough.
Shame the shed wasn't as big as Richard's ideas. But the good news is that allowed Rupert the opportunity to customise and crease that old timber, turning it into a cool console table. Sarah has yet to find the right home for this unconventional creation. Sarah's come to Surrey to show Richard how his old pine door has been reinvented.
Hi there. No, you're not. Oh, hello. Hi there again. How are you?
Hi, nice to see you.
Hello. Who's this?
This is James and Jessica.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Have you come to see what happened to your old door?
Yes.
Come on out. I'll show you.
know how a door can become anything other than a door. James can't really imagine it.
Really? Have you thought about what we might have done with it?
Yeah, just an old TV.
An old TV?
Yeah, one of those wooden ones.
That's a really good idea. I wish I thought of that. Do you want to see what we did with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it looks a bit different. This is something that is probably not everybody's cup of tea, but your door went on holiday. It went all the way to Margate to this amazing designer who's called Rupert Blanchard. And he has made your door into, it's a console table.
That is... I mean, but you can still see what it is, can't you?
And then when it's in a sort of more household position, I think it looks quite smart. So it's not everybody's cup of tea because it looks a bit scruffy, but I think it's really original.
I really like it. What do you think, Jess?
It looks a bit different to how I expected.
I think it'd go really well in our house. Do you think it would? You do admit that much, don't you?
Can we maybe have it soon?
Well, it's funny you say that. Normally I come here and I say to people, this is what I've done with your old door and I've sold it and I'm here to give you money, but your door hasn't sold yet. So I can either give you the door or I can hang on to it and try and sell it for you.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to be wanting to take that off your hands in the few minutes that I've thought about it. I really, really like it. But yes, so please send us all the
For my room!
Yeah, it could be for your room, could be for your room, maybe for the man cave. Really nice to see you again. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, I'll be in touch very shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.
Sarah never sold the piece, but Richard decided he wanted it for his home. Sarah may be £200 out of pocket, but at least it was a happy reunion for the old door and its original family. With 2 out of 3 items completed, Sarah has one more pickup to make. And in the West Midlands, Jay has finished the Urkel chairs and is waiting nervously to see if she likes what he's done.
Well, Sarah knows I love Urkel, so her bringing me these, hopefully she'll be pleased with what I've produced. I would have these in my house all day, every day. These are really, really brilliant.
But will Sarah agree with the radical approach to colour Jay has taken with these classic chairs?
I can't wait to see what Jay has done. He's Urkel's biggest fan, and I'm hoping that with the pair and the spare that I dropped off, he's managed to create 2 fabulous Urkel stick-back chairs.
When Sarah brought 3 chairs to Jay, they were on their last legs. And now, 50 years after they were made, they're cutting-edge Urkel chairs once again.
What have you been up to? You're just a genius. Look at that. Just the one leg.
Just the one leg.
How quirky is that?
All they needed was a decent amount of glue, taking the glue that was out of it, and then putting them back together, and they are ready to go for another 60, 70 years, I believe.
Perfect. Made my day. Absolutely perfect. I think you've kept that purity, that Urkel finish and that look,
yeah,
and just enhanced it. Oh, just world class. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more pleased.
Flattery
Oh,
will
the
get you
man.
everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh, good. I think we set the budget at 100 quid for the pair. Did we come in on budget?
We came in on budget. We came in on budget.
Luckily, Sarah can already see how these ultra-modernised, chic Urkel chairs will sell themselves.
They were tired and they were going to a skip, and look what you've done.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're pleased. I'm glad you're pleased.
I think you can tell. I really do like them. I knew they were coming home to the right person, and I'm sorry to say I'm going to take them away.
Yeah, you will. You will take them away. Yes, they needed a little bit of glue in, TLC, but the beauty with Urkel furniture is that it will last the test of time. It will outlive me, most probably, and it will be a case of if we can just add a little bit to it to make it just look like, ooh, or draw people's attention, that's what I'm all about.
At the dump, these battered but beautiful Urkel chairs were about to be discarded forever.
They're really cool. I love the shape.
Sarah thought she could make a profit from them, and Stoyan was very happy to let her try.
If you need something and you can use that, you're welcome.
And with a touch of J-Blade's design wizardry, they became cool retro chairs with a bright future ahead.
Oh, just world class. Brilliant. Couldn't be more pleased.
Sarah showed them to Martin at the old cinema, and he snapped up the funky chairs for his retro London store.
It's got a nice sort of fun 50s, 60s look about it, and it's just really done well. I like it.
Now, Sarah's in Surrey to show Stoyan what became of the chairs and hand over any profit from the sale.
Hi there. Hello, hello. Hello. Hiya. I'm Sarah. Hi there. I'm Liliana. Hi there.
I'm
Hi,
Stoyan.
nice to see you again.
Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
I've bought some pictures to show you of your
Okay.
chairs. Now, I remember you dropped 3 off at the tip,
Yes,
didn't you?
yes.
And did you say you got them from a car boot sale?
Yes.
And they had been stuck together lots of times. Was that you who'd been
Yeah,
mending them?
we used that nearly 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were a bit wobbly and they were quite old.
Yeah.
They were unstable and we had no use for them in the room. We just didn't have space for them.
Okay, so your chairs, would you like to see what happened to them?
Yeah, please.
There's an amazing guy called Jay Blades who specialises in revamping
very
furniture.
hard.
What do you think?
It's very hard, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good?
Yeah.
Do you think it works?
Yes, and this is bright as well. Really good.
Ian?
Color contrast is... I don't think you could do that with these chairs.
It turns out that those chairs are made by somebody called Urkel. They have a very strong look. Urkel is collectible, and we paid him £100 to paint it all and to make them look fantastic. But
Mhm.
we sold them for £200. So I've got £100 here to give to you for your chairs.
What's about it? I told you about
We can
the
give them to
charity.
charity
Keep that for the
ourselves.
charity for ourselves.
Really?
Yes, please.
What I'd like to do is, if I give it to you, then you can choose which charity that you give it to.
Macmillan's, we at school we did some work for Macmillan's, so I could...
That would be great, if you're happy with that, and if I can send you pictures or anything, if you want to show anybody at school how the money came or what we did with your chairs, that's fantastic.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Thank you very much for letting
Thank you
me
to keep me in
have
touch
your...
and-
Oh, that's lovely.
And
Thank you. Oh, it's a
good luck
pleasure.
with what you're doing. It's really great.
Oh, well, thank you. They were great to work on.
Jay charged £100 to repair and reimagine the Urkel chairs. Sarah sold them for £200, making a nifty profit of 100 quid for Stoyan and his daughter Viliana.
It's been really emotional to see Sarah and what she's done with these chairs. For me, it was just the chairs which done the job for me. But now they look really, really good, and I'm impressed what they've done.
Sarah rescued 3 unwanted items from the tip. The treasure chest that steered its way back home. The pine door was revamped into an offbeat console table. And the swing was put back into those 60s-looking chairs.
Well, that wasn't quite the outcome we expected for that trio of tip treasures, but it was satisfying nonetheless. That chest has gone right back to the heart of the family where it belongs to be. The console table is now a treasured possession, and the Urkel chairs have raised money for charity.
How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Sorry to bother you, before you throw that away, is there any chance I can have a quick chat to you about it?
Sure. That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old stuff into new stuff and sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
Look at that absolute box of joy. These are just fantastic.
In her search for tip treasure.
We've got to be able to make something out of that, haven't we?
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
I've got a little something for you.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Oh, this is a hard one.
She can transform her finds into desirable.
Oh my word.
Beautiful. Valuable.
Cha-ching.
And hopefully saleable items.
Well, I love this, so I would really like to have it.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
That is incredible, isn't it?
Today, Sarah's at the Bredbury Recycling Centre in Stockport, where up to 500 people a day turn up to chuck out their unwanted items. That is, if Sarah doesn't intercept them first.
It's really embarrassing to be caught looking in people's cars all the time. I've got to do it because they might have something good in it.
Remember, Sarah's got special permission to rummage about today, so don't go pestering people at your local dump or you could be the one getting thrown out. All right?
Would it be okay to have a look through your rubbish? Would you mind? Is that... Really?
Yeah, sure.
Sarah's searching for 3 pieces, which once reworked and sold, will hopefully produce a payout for the people dumping them.
You look like you're having a good clear out.
Oh, wow.
Sarah always has high hopes.
I get really excited. Every time somebody pulls up, I think, it might be a Rembrandt.
Don't think there's going to be a Rembrandt in there, I've checked. But you never know.
And it's clear people have cottoned on to what she's up to.
She's a rubbish burglar. Yes.
But the contents of John's boot could mean all that prowling is about to pay off.
I was just looking in the back and seeing some of the older pieces in here.
Yeah, some of it is the mother passed away recently, so we're clearing the house out.
Okay.
Some of the...
It's got that sort of time warp look to it, hasn't
got
it?
some old 78s in here. If you
Oh,
want
really?
them. Yeah.
I was just looking at the case, actually,
Yeah.
and the... So were these weren't yours, then?
No, these were my father-in-law's.
Oh, wow. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely like to have a look at them, and I really like the case as well, yeah. Look at that. And you've got a sewing machine as well. They're normally really heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
So get them out of the way.
Got this.
Do you know how to... Oh, wow, look, that's almost like brand new, isn't it?
Wow, I absolutely love that. Look at that badge and stuff on there. There's something about that that's just so appealing. I think the little badges and all the bits of it.
We'll make it like that now, do they?
I haven't got anything else hidden in the trunk? No other old stuff?
I don't think so.
All right, Sarah, don't get greedy.
We're just clearing, mainly from my house, out of my shed, which I'm clearing out for a new shed. But the sewing machine looks as though it's never been used.
And as Sarah pays homage to the humble sewing machine,
Oh look, it's even got its own instruction manual.
John keeps unpacking his trunk and brings her something with even more potential.
My word!
Forgot I brought this.
That's amazing. So, original Bakelite.
Yes.
Whose was that?
I used to be on the removals.
Okay.
Somebody gave it me about 30 years ago.
That is the most fabulous thing I've
Yeah.
seen here. I absolutely love it.
Apparently, if they're working, they're worth about £150, but it's got a bit messy, so I couldn't be bothered.
I'm going to turn this into something fabulous. I tell you, this is so exciting.
Bakelite is an early type of plastic, and radios like John's are collectible pieces of social history from a time when the radio was the focal point of the home.
I love it. You've made my day. That is tip gold.
That's right.
Thank you so much. It's brilliant.
See you. Bye.
So, John's radio trumps the sewing machine and the old 78 to become Sarah's first item. She's got someone in mind who's sure to take it from the pits to the Ritz and make some money for John. Trot on Mark Phillips, also known as Horse. Electronic superbrain Horse was chief engineer for a world-renowned audio recording company for over a decade. He's now taken his love for restoring vintage sound equipment and made it into a business.
I enjoy refurbishing vintage equipment. It's always a shame to see stuff like that go to waste. I think it's great giving a second life to something that would have essentially just been smashed up, thrown in the rubbish. So yeah, it's definitely a job and a passion.
Something tells me Horse is in for a treat with John's Bakelite radio. So it's one item saved from the skip and two more to find.
Yes, loads of people here. I don't know which end to go first. So I'm going up this way, see if there's anything coming in.
Oh man, I can't tell if Sarah's coming or going anymore. But as long as she doesn't go, that's the main thing. Come on you, get back to work. There's still loads of tired old stuff coming in.
So that's a nasty bicycle tyre habit you've got going on. The middle-aged men in Lycra Brigade.
Oh no, God, I'm not one of them.
You're not?
No, likely, I'm not.
You'll be shaving your legs soon.
Not a chance.
Really?
Not a chance.
It's a slippery slope, you know, Lycra.
Less Lycra banter, lass, and more searching for item 2, please. Hang on, what's this? Sarah's swooping in on Peter.
I'm just wondering if I could talk to you about your rubbish.
Yeah.
Are you clearing something out? Are you?
Clearing the garden out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just looking at your table. Do you mind if
Yeah,
I?
sure.
So it's been outside, has it?
Yeah, it's got weather beaten. Came from my friend's house and his mum and dad had it, so it's quite old.
Yeah, it's got that sort of 1970s feel.
Yeah.
Is there any chance I would be able to take it away and see if I can make something out of it?
Yeah, you can use it.
Fab. Okay.
I'm glad you can use it.
What a find! There's a big market for retro furniture. Well, when it's not covered in mould, that is.
So I saw the legs of this sticking out of the back of somebody's car, and it is screaming Urkel. So they're sort of 1960s, 70s British furniture makers, and it's got a sticker on it here that you can see to back it up, the original one. The good news is that Urkel is collectible. The bad news is that somebody's left this out in the garden, and it's in really poor condition on the top. If this can be reconditioned and brought back to life, I think that maybe £100 profit.
100 quid? What do you think, Peter?
I don't think she'll make much.
We'll see about that. And with Peter's mouldy Urkel, that makes 2 items ready to renovate. The table's going to take a lot of work, but Sarah knows exactly where to take it. Jay Blades is a builder turned philosophy graduate turned furniture restorer. Jay has his finger on the pulse of modern design interiors. He loves reworking the very best of original British craftsmanship and bringing it bang into the 21st century.
I've always had a passion for the kind of heritage that the British designers have produced over the years. Traditionalists would love to keep it as it is, but to be reintroduced into the market, I like to just add a bit of colour and add something a bit quirky. I really enjoy adding my bit and not necessarily worried about other people's reactions. It's more about, do I like it? If I like it, then it's good.
The 60s table Sarah's bringing Jay sounds right up his street, but he hasn't yet clapped eyes on the state of it. So Sarah's got 2 items with Horse and Jay's names on them. But what about Sarah's own designer talents? She needs to find something she can put her stamp on. Here you go. Why don't you ask Ian what he's chucking?
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. I'm just here today looking at what people are throwing away. Any chance I have a good chat with you about your rubbish?
Just general rubbish that's been accumulating in the garage for a while, and just time to get rid of it.
I was just looking at your suitcase, and I was just wondering if I might be able to have a closer look at it. And
Absolutely.
Did you know where it came from? Or
Yeah,
any...
it's my case from when I was a kid. It's been sitting around at home for ages.
I would love to have the chance to take it away and give it another life or use it again.
I would love to see something like that happen to it. I'm sorry I stamped on it beforehand because I broke the hinge to be able to get it in.
I'll be able to sort that out, but that won't be a problem.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's just got a lovely shape, and these details and the fact they've been worn and had a previous life, I think would be great to incorporate into a new something. So that's fantastic. Thank you ever so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't think that's ever been out of the country. I think it was when I was a kid or a teenager. It's been on family holidays in the UK, and I think when I was a student as well, it was one of the cases I took to Polytechnic with me. So it's not really had that special a life.
I just really like the look of this case. It's just so 1960s. It's got some lovely lining on the inside. I really don't know what I'm going to be able to do with it, but it'd be nice to be able to think that I can send it on another journey.
Sarah's 3-piece treasure hunt is complete. The radio will be switched on by Horse, the retro coffee table's going to furniture maker Jay, and the tatty old suitcase may have lost its sentimental value, but Sarah's confident she can restore its cash value.
I've saved 3 fabulous pieces here today, and I'm going to make lots of money from them. I hope.
Sarah's next stop is Manchester, where the cultural scene is buzzing with a task force of talented designers and artists. Riding high on the city's wave of creativity is electronics restorer Horse. He'll be working on the knackered old radio, but he doesn't know what's coming.
Sarah's going to bring me a piece of essentially rubbish, so I'm going to have fun seeing if I can make it beautiful again, make it functional again. Depending on what it is and what kind of condition it is, I suppose.
Hiya.
Oh yeah, good, yeah, very good.
I've got a little something to show you.
Brilliant, let's have a look.
So I'm hoping this is your kind of thing.
Brilliant.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, pretty much exactly, yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about is my radio is actually in a bit of a state.
It's not as bad as it looks.
It's quite reassuring that still works, and I think this one.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've broken it.
Oops, Butterfingers. Remember, you're supposed to be adding value, Sarah.
It would be really nice to think that sound could come out of it again, and I was wondering whether that means it's an accessory for somebody's phone or whether it's just a radio, but possibly something a bit cool.
Yeah, the ideal application would probably be a universal kind of small powered speaker.
That sounds fab. So basically, it's going to be something that somebody can listen to their music through with their phone or their laptop or something like that.
Yeah, you can plug essentially anything into it. You can probably use some of the existing components. I'm going to use valves in it as well. They still make them for certain applications, mainly guitar amplifiers and high-end audio, hi-fi equipment. But they're just a specific warm sound to them.
That looks really cool. I mean, I just love that just as it is, you know,
Yeah.
That's stunning.
Shame those valves are going to be hidden away inside, really. Now, Horst really knows his onions when it comes to modifying vintage technology to accept modern gadgetry. He'll make sure that smartphones and laptops with mini jack sockets can be plugged into this old valve-powered speaker. Who'd have thought it?
Hopefully will be a beautiful object that is functional and will sound really nice, and it's completely unique.
Horst will target a higher-end clientele with his finish on the radio, but how much will he charge?
You might be looking at sort of like £300 or so.
On that basis, I reckon full steam ahead, let's go for it.
Brilliant.
I think that radio is in really safe hands. It's going to sound amazing, and I think I might make as much as £100 from it.
Sarah's confident, but is Horst on the same wavelength?
I think it's definitely doable. I think it's in good enough condition. I'm looking forward to the challenge. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
With a bit of horsepower, the old radio could pump up the volume and the profit. Horst's expertise and materials will cost around £300. So Sarah will depend on that high-spec finish to make any money. Sarah's next stop is within the metropolitan borough of the West Midlands, Wolverhampton. And tucked away in the disused Bury Street factories is woodwork wizard Jay. Sarah's about to surprise him with the mouldy Urkel table, but it just might be too weather-beaten for Jay to work with.
All I know is she's got something from the tip that someone was throwing away, and then she wants me to be able to turn it into something that's going to make money. Could be anything with Sarah, but hopefully she'll bring me something that isn't chipboard. Real wood is what I'm after.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. How are things?
Very good, very good. What have you got today? Oh, wow, table.
This is the good side.
This is the good side, okay.
This is the not so good side.
Wow, wow. Okay, it's been outside, obviously.
Yeah, I think the guys who dropped it off said that they had been storing their plants on it in the garden.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll put it in that state. Okay. It's beautiful. Even though it's in the state that it's in, I really like it. I really do like it. I've seen many Urkel tables, but I've never seen one with this kind of round, oblong kind of shape to it.
Urkel was a prominent British furniture manufacturer dating back to the 1920s. Its mass-produced furnishings found a ready market in post-war Britain. But now, vintage enthusiasts will pay through the nose for well-preserved pieces. Alas, this one's on its last legs.
The only bit I'm concerned about is here, where the plant pot has been down there for quite a while. But if you bear with me 2 minutes, I'll just get this machine on.
I love the machine. Everybody has better toys than I do. Everywhere I go, everybody has got these really cool things. I end up doing everything by hand, takes me ages.
The only thing I'm concerned about now is the red.
Oh dear.
Worst case scenario is that we rub it down and then that stain has gone straight through to the piece of furniture. Then what we will more than likely have to do is, I would say, paint it, because no one will want that kind of colour.
So ideally we'd like to have a surface on the top that is blonde and beautiful, but the chances are we might have to paint it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I'm happy with that. What we probably need to think about is, you know, what kind of money do you think we'd sell it for, and is it worth taking it on?
I could charge 75 to 100. It depends on what is being done.
That's definitely a deal.
Okay,
You
cool.
always talk my kind of money, Jay. I love doing deals with you. You look like you've got your work cut out. I'll leave you to it.
All right,
take care. Jay absolutely loves Urkel, and I think whatever he does to the top or the legs, it's going to look fantastic.
I'm just excited to be working on Urkel. This is something that someone was going to throw away, totally discarded it, put it in the garden, put some plant pots on it, and allowed the weather to do what it's doing, and the table never gave up. It never gave up on life. So all I can do is just make it look not as great as Urkel did back in the 1950s, or 1960s, I should say, but make it look as good as I can make it look.
Jay can always make Sarah smile when it comes to money. 75 to 100 quid? What could go wrong? So, 2 items with the potential to make some cash. Sarah's on a roll, but now it's time for her to put her money where her mouth is. Back at her barn, she's hoping to transform Ian's battered baggage into something profitable.
Well, this poor old suitcase has definitely seen better days. It's in a right state. It's been taped up. It's never going to have been a valuable object, and it is certainly not worth much at the moment. But I'm hoping that I can make it look just beautiful. They work just. Oh, it's quite tough to get it open. My plan is to paste some pretty fabric all the way over it. Probably not very big pieces, so I can use scraps of it and just patchwork the surface of it so it just looks bright and pretty and you don't see any of this black. Maybe I can get a price tag of 50, 60 pounds on it.
Sarah starts by giving it a gentle rub down, being careful not to get it too wet.
Oh dear, that didn't sound good. I'm loath to take the paper out. Once I take the paper out, I've got a world more work. But I think I might just have to take out the loose bits. You can see how it's made. It literally is made of cardboard.
Cardboard suitcases were a lighter and cheaper alternative to heavy leather or robust wool luggage, becoming popular in the 1920s with the rapid expansion in automobile travel.
I really like the fact that it says an American Home Magazine selection on it. I might try and put that as part of the design.
Cardboard may have been a more convenient material for the day, but it wasn't built to last.
I've just got to get this roughly in position here. So it's just the main thing is to keep the fabric really taut. When you're getting the wrinkles out, you can feel them really clearly when you've got them. So you just need to work the fabric, stretching it.
Sarah's glued the fabric with a simple PVA glue, and once she's smoothed out the wrinkles, she can work out the details round the locks.
You can see where, just around the edge of where the fastenings are in the case, I've stretched the material around, and if you just push it in really neatly around it, you can give yourself a template to cut round. I always trim slightly inside the line, and then you can just run the fabric right up to the edge. I'm going to stick that in as close as I can, and then when it's all dry, I shall just get a craft knife and trim off those little extra bits there. I think that is a great start. Just a little bit more covering to do before it looks absolutely perfect, but I'm really pleased with that. I think that's well on its way to making some money.
Sarah's scraps and glue should only set her back about a £5. So if she can sell it for more than that, she's onto a winner. At Horse's workshop in Manchester, some electronic surgery is about to be performed on the old radio. Look away if you're squeamish.
So to start with, I'm going to dismantle it, and then I'll just put in a very simple circuit with some new valves. I've got to put in a new mains transformer because it was potentially lethal. You definitely need to be careful. You certainly shouldn't just plug it in until somebody qualified's had a look at it. One memorable time, I got a shock and then punched myself in the face, pulling my hand back. So yeah, I'm quite careful these days.
Ouch and double ouch. Definitely don't try this one at home, folks.
This was a valve radio. I'm going to make it a valve-powered speaker. I'm sure there'd be purists going insane at this. It's not like they're rare, so it's fine. This is just the chassis. So what we need to do with this is clean it up and then put the bits back in that I'm going to be using, and then start building the circuit around that.
The case needs some serious cosmetic work too, and that's Halsey's biggest challenge.
What you can do is use what's called wet and dry paper, which is an abrasive, bit like sandpaper. You can start off with quite a coarse grit, and then you move to a finer grade and kind of keep doing this. It can be quite rewarding because it's quite nice to get the scratches out, but yeah, it can be pretty laborious, especially when they're as scratched as this one. It's lost its sheen a little, so I use this special Bakelite polishing paste, and this sort of takes a thin layer off and buffs it up to a nice shine.
If Halse can get the balance of shiny, new, usable, traditional old object right and up the value to over £300, this radio is on course to make a tidy profit.
It's nice to have a finished product that actually sounds good and is usable and means that you can kind of have such a nice looking object that's useful again.
All's tickety-boo in Manchester then. Back in Wolverhampton, Jay is sanding down the Urquell tabletop to determine if the stains can be removed so he can keep the natural colour of the wood. And it's bad news.
It's stained all the way through. So it's sad that we have to paint an Urquell, and I really don't like doing that. Kind of disappointed. If you was to paint this white to kind of blend it into a room, what you might have a problem of is this stain that's already here might start to bleed through to the actual top. So getting the red and the green out and also the black is virtually impossible because I don't know what that red is. It could be wine, it could be anything, but if we put a good primer on this, it should be okay. The legs are going to be the wood colour, but once I've sanded down the problem legs that have the stain, then I'll be able to tell if we can keep the legs as neutral as possible. I have to sand all of this. I have to especially sand that leg. That's one of the main, because that also is determining what the design is going to be like in the end.
So the top didn't pass the test. If Jay can't sand the stains out of the ends of the legs, they too will be destined for a paint job. So, Jay, what's the verdict?
It's very rare you catch me doing this, but I think it's going to have to all be painted.
What a shame.
We could do light blue on top, black legs, and light blue underneath. So light blue all along there, and black legs, light blue top, so then it will lift the top of it and just make it look light, because it's quite a big table, quite a big coffee table, and you don't want it to be too imposing into someone's house. You want it to be quite uplifting, and I think that's the design. That will be how I think it would look best.
Well, it's a shame to cover up that lovely wood, but if it can still be sold for more than £100, then he can paint polka dots on it for all I care. Back in Sussex, Sarah's nearing the end of her own restoration project.
Basically, I've covered the whole of this case in a new layer of fabric on the outside. I've carefully cut round the things that are on here already. It's tricky to get it done perfectly, but the overall effect of it, I think, is really pretty. And that should make it saleable. So I was hoping for £50, but I don't know, I might make it an even higher price. What do you reckon, 60? 70?
Before, this was a battered old cardboard suitcase. But now, after some careful craft, a bit of glue and some offcuts, it's transformed into luxurious luggage.
You wouldn't lose it at the airport, would you?
Time to hook a buyer.
I'm not sure I want to part with it. Tweaking the photograph so it looks absolutely the best it can. I think that's singing out now, don't you?
Sarah's success is measured in sales, and she always seeks out the best ways to maximise profits, hosting her own clothing and furniture sales in her barn.
Just sold the sofa.
Advertising and selling online, or selling directly to specialist shops. With opportunities galore in the things we throw out, Sarah's always looking to make money for nothing. So, Ian's old suitcase has been on one heck of a journey.
I was just looking at your suitcase.
Picked up by Sarah just as it was sailing over the edge of the tip.
I shall cherish it and make something amazing out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I stamped on it beforehand because I broke the hinge to be able to get it in.
And transformed into something saleable. Now, Sarah's back in Stockport to show Ian what she's done to the case and to hand over the cash. That is, if it's sold.
Hi there. Hi, Ian.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, nice to see you. It's much nicer than where we last met, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, indeed.
Well, since we last met, and I took your case, and it actually turned out to be a project that I worked on, and I had a lot of fun with it. Am I right in thinking that it was just yours? It had one careful owner?
Well, I don't know about careful, but one owner, yes.
Lovely. Well, in the end, I actually made it look like that.
Wow.
I used lots of scraps of fabric that I had left over from other projects and pasted it all over.
I think that's amazing. It had a very battered cover to it, so I was wondering what you were going to do with that. I'm actually quite pleased that you've made it into a case, so it can still be used as a case.
I shared it online and there was quite a lot of interest in it.
Wonderful.
Because it only cost £5 to renovate, there was a bit of profit from it.
Right.
I sold it to somebody who has a vintage shop who wants to use it as a display piece for her window.
Oh, wonderful.
And it turns out that in the end, she paid £85 for it.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, Ian, for you, £80 for your old suitcase.
That is incredible. Thank you very much. It was going to be thrown away as far as I was concerned. So thank you very much.
Sarah sold the suitcase online for 85 quid. Take off a fiver for materials and Ian's walking away £80 richer. But what are his plans for the money?
I think really to me it's all about memories. The case is an old case and memories of holidays with it. So I think I'd like the money to go to a society that deals with memories, something like one of the Alzheimer's related charities.
So, the money's in the bag for the suitcase, so to speak. And in Manchester, how's Hulse getting on with the radio refurb?
I finished it a couple of days ago. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the way it sounds. It's valve, it's true to the original design. So yeah, I hope Sarah likes it.
Before, this vintage radio had sat in dusty silence for over 30 years. Now, Hulse has sympathetically repurposed it as a universal speaker for today's music-playing devices. It's perfect for someone with an eye for funky functionality and an ear for the rich tones of yesterday, as Sarah's about to find out.
Hello!
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, brilliant.
Have you got something to show me?
Yes, let's go and have a look at the radio.
Oh, fantastic. Does it work?
It does, you just have to wait for it to warm up.
Ah, Brahms. Piano Concerto No. 2 in B flat. I've never heard it sound quite so good.
It's amazing. And it lights up.
No, everything about this, the wood effect and the gold and the lights and everything, I am blown away. And the sound quality, it is markedly different from modern speakers, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
How do I make it work?
So this is just a standard common or garden mini jack connection, and that you can plug anything with an auxiliary output or any line output.
Talking technical now. I think you mean smartphone. Do you mean smartphone
I do,
thingy?
smartphone
thingy.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of up to the spec of a brand new product, basically.
I love everything about it. I think it looks fantastic.
Sarah's gone all warm and fuzzy. But stay put, because Horse has added a surprise feature.
I also put a 1/4-inch jack connection, and it means that you can plug a guitar into it, basically.
So it's an amp as well?
Yeah. The way that you make it, it's sort of silly not to, really.
Come on then, let's hear it. Horse, you're a genius on so many levels. I think that just is the icing on the cake. That was lovely, wasn't it?
All right, Sarah, enough of the mellow jamming sesh. Let's get down to business. Horse came in on budget at £300. Now, Sarah needs to get selling.
Right, so all I need is some of your excellent music connections and a nice buyer, and then everything will be perfect. I am seriously impressed with what Horse has managed to do with this radio. I mean, it was in a really bad state, and now you can play your music through it, you can play your guitar through it, and I think I'm going to make some money out of it.
I think she was generally quite chuffed with it. I think the addition of the guitar amp was a last-minute bonus. So yeah, no, I'm pleased. I'm glad she really likes it.
This vintage radio was nearly dumped at the tip.
If they're working, they're worth about £150, but I couldn't be bothered.
John was happy for Sarah to take it away for nothing. And with the expert attention of electronics engineer Horse,
hopefully will be a beautiful object that is functional and will sound really nice.
It was turned into a glorious custom-made speaker with a contemporary twist. And when Nick from online retro furniture store Smithers of Stamford took a look and a listen, he bought it.
I hope to do some more business with you soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
And now Sarah's back in Stockport to show John the radio's transformation and hopefully hand over some cash.
Hi there, John.
Hiya.
Hiya, how are you doing?
Not so bad, thanks.
It's a long time since I've seen you at the tip.
It is, yes.
How are things?
All right, thanks.
Lovely. I've just come back because I've got a couple of pictures to show you of your old radio.
All right, yeah.
Did you have any thoughts about it? Because it wasn't in great condition when we picked it up, was it? It's funny, it came all the way down south to me, and it turns out that the one man who restores and loves working with old radios like yours lives about 10 minutes down the road from here.
From here?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's been in a big circle.
Yeah.
It went to this guy called Horse.
Yeah.
And do you want to see what he's done to your radio?
I think very interesting.
He's turned it into its former glory.
Beautiful.
That is now an amp if you want to play your guitar through it. And also if you have a smartphone or something like that, you plug that in and it plays all of your tunes. It's got lights in it as well, so when you turn it on, all that lovely, all those old stations and everything, it all lights up. It does look and sound just really lovely now.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that.
So the good news is that in that condition, it did sell, and I've got some money here to give to you. I've got £50 profit from the sale of your radio, and so that's for you.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about that?
Absolutely amazing, really.
Are there any ideas what you might do with that?
Well, I'm just going to buy a new shed, garden shed.
Are you? To fill up with more radios?
Yeah. That's the reason why that came out, ready to buy a new one.
Well, fantastic. I think that's a great idea, that something that came out of your old shed is going towards, a little bit towards buying a new one. So, brilliant.
Sarah paid Horse £300 for his specialist work on the radio, and it sold for £350, making £50 for John to put towards his new garden shed. Blooming marvellous.
I was a bit astounded, really, to how good it was. I thought about having it renovating myself, but I don't think it would have come up as it has done. I think it's quite amazing what he's done with it.
It's so satisfying to see an old piece like that radio restored to its former glory and sounding amazing. And I think that £50 might have been music to John's ears too.
With 2 out of our 3 items sold for a profit, it's so far so good. But Sarah has got one more pickup to complete the set. Maybe Jay's painted Urkel will leave her feeling blue.
I think it looks really cool. I hope Sarah would like it. I hope she will. Evidently, she's got to sell it. She has to sell this on. So if she likes it, then she will be able to sell it more. I like it, but I'm not going to be selling it.
I'm not sure how this is going to go. Well, there's only one way to find out. Get her in.
I love pickup time. I've got an Urkel table in here, but I know it had a few problems and I'm hoping Jay has managed to turn it around.
When Sarah picked it up, the table was on the brink of being lost forever. But now it's a fresh, modern gem with a new lease of life.
Oh my word, look at that!
You like?
I love it.
What a relief.
Would it be all right to have a quick look underneath to see what you've done?
All it is I've done underneath is just painted it black, is all I've done.
Yeah, it's amazing how well the black suits it, isn't it? I mean, it looks like it was made like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a massive, beautiful blue egg, doesn't it? It's stunning.
It does look like a blue egg, actually, yes. Or blue pebble. It looks like a massive blue pebble that you'll find on the beach. The state it was in when you first brought it in, it's a shame to actually paint Urkel, but I couldn't get the stains out.
I don't think you have to beat yourself up about this. This was going in a skip,
Right.
and now it's going into a really smart interior. If you think back to how it was when it arrived,
Yeah.
it was green, it had stains all over it,
Yeah.
it was falling apart.
Yeah.
You've completely transformed it. You know, this has gone from dustbin to designer. You know, it's brilliant.
Thank you, thank you.
Luckily, Sarah can see the sales potential in funky modern furniture. And what's more, it should still make a profit despite being painted.
He's really nailed it, hasn't he? That table looks fantastic. That beautiful blue egg. I think I'm definitely going to be able to sell that with a profit.
I'm glad she's happy, she can sell it, and then she can give the person that was throwing it away, give them the money back, and everybody's happy.
Well, we're not happy yet. Jay came in on budget, but Sarah still has to find a big buyer of blue before we can start jumping for joy. Who could have imagined that the Urkel table nearly reached the end of its life as a plant pot stand?
Just wondering if I could talk to you about your rubbish.
Yeah.
Sarah saw its potential,
So it's been outside, has it?
Yeah, it's got weather beaten.
even if Pete didn't.
It's quite old.
But with the magic touch of Jay Blades, it was transformed into a blue beauty. Sarah showed it to specialist buyer Martin at her barn. He's got a good eye for antique-y, vintagey type stuff to sell on in his trendy London shop.
It's a retro look, it's a very clean look. I love the colour, very saleable.
And guess what? He bought it. Ah, now I can sleep easy. Sarah spent £100 transforming the table. It sold for £200, meaning she has made, obviously, £100 profit.
So the good news is that the Urkel table sold with £100 worth of profit. But the bad news is I haven't been able to make contact with Peter again and time has run out. So this money is going to go to children in need.
Give that girl a gold star, because Sarah's made a profit on everything she saved at the tip. The cardboard suitcase came up lovely and rosy. The vintage radios brought old school and modern technology into harmony. And the retro Urkel table is now cool, blue and contemporary.
there were 3 things that were saved from the skip that would have been lost forever. And who knows, maybe next time you're at the tip, I could be taking your rubbish and turning it into money.